Eagle Television High School Sports, brought to you by Service Master Clean of Hayes. From the major accidents to the minor incidents, Service Master Clean of Hayes. Corey, Pam, and the entire staff support the efforts of Hayes High and TMP. Call today 628-6712. Thomas More Prep Marion. Through the dedication of students, parents, teachers, and alumni members, the focus is on Christian values and community awareness. TMP, Worlds of Opportunity, investing for eternity.
Lifetime Dental Care is devoted to helping you, your family, and friends achieve your healthiest and brightest smile. They are now accepting new patients. Call 625-7969 to schedule your appointment. They know every person's dental needs are unique, and that is why they offer you a comprehensive selection of treatment options in a comfortable and caring atmosphere. Dr. Lowe and his dental team want you to enjoy your visit. Lifetime Dental Care, accepting new patients. Call 625-7969 or see them at lifetimedentalcare.com.
Gut Shock Equipment, family owned since 1973. Choose from an incredible selection of products, including Arctic Cat. Stop dreaming, start riding. Always wear a helmet and don't drink and ride. Kurt Staub Agency, your American family insurance agent with locations in Hayes and Ellis. Just the right coverage for wherever your dreams take you. Verney's Hamburger House. Feed yourself or the whole team with great burgers, milkshakes, and the award-winning onion rings. Marianne, Bonnie, and the staff at Verney's Hamburger House, 17th and Vine in Hayes. Bacon Rind Appraising Services, the lead provider of real estate valuations for the mortgage lending marketplace. With many years of experience, they have a proven track record. Contact Patty Bacon Rind today. Cross Manufacturing, looking for a few good people to join their team. Apply today. Cross Manufacturing. Home Steel Siding and Windows, making your home or business beautiful, energy efficient and comfortable with quality products they stand behind. See them online at homesteelsiding.com.
Thank you for choosing to style Classic Quality Body Shop.
Classic Quality Body Shop has had the pleasure of serving this area since 1984. Much like a sports team, Shelton and his team have worked hard, grown together, and followed the playbook of taking care of customers to become one of the most highly regarded body shops in the area. Support your local team, whether on the field or when choosing who you do business with.
Thank you for choosing to style Classic Quality Body Shop.
See their ad in the Next Tech directory.
Steel Fabrications, the Iron Men of Western Kansas. Steel Fabrications. Thirsties, before the game, during the game, and after the game. Enjoy great food and a great atmosphere. Coldwell Banker Executive Realty. At Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, they believe there is nothing more powerful or more important than a home. Call or stop by today for all your real estate needs. Next Tech Wireless, avid supporters of local athletic programs, and have sponsored multiple school events. Are you ready for something different? See Next Tech Wireless. NCK Tech, North Central Kansas Technical College, is dedicated to being a leader in workforce development by maximizing value for students, employers, and communities. Log on to ncktc.edu to see what they can do for you. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, designing and building residential and commercial. Building dreams for over 30 years, Paul Wurtenberger Construction. Insurance Planning Incorporated, insurance for the way you work and live. For business, home, and family. Value the price, remember the service. Insurance Planning, IPI Financial Services, and AgPro Crop Insurance. Offices in Hayes, Great Bend, and Russell. Hayes Chevrolet. They have a huge selection of brand new cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, and a great selection of pre-owned vehicles. See them online today at HayesChevrolet.com.
Good morning.
Everyone in Hayes says you can clean anything, so can you get this tough stain out?
Grape jelly, we can get that out.
Wow, you guys really are good.
Master Cleaners in Hayes offers a variety of services including dry cleaning, alterations, laundry, tuxedo rentals, and free pickup and delivery.
G&L Tire and Automotive. G&L Tire is proud to be voted #1 tire store by the people of Hayes since 2005. They've been a part of the community since 1997 and look forward to seeing you at 201 East 8th in Hayes. Walmart. Save money, live better, Walmart. Whiskey Creek Wood Fire Grill, where the fire's always burning. Whiskey Creek. Leon's Welding and Fabrication. From welding and fabrication to sandblasting and powder coating to supporting the community, you can always count on Leon's Welding and Fabrication. Commerce Bank. Here's the ones that rise to the challenge. Commerce Bank. Commercial Builders. On time, on target, on budget. Commercial Builders. Redeem Designs. Screen print, embroidery, design. Where you'll find better ideas, better designs, better people. Come experience the best. 2204 Vine and Hayes. Redeem Designs. James Motor Company. Proud to serve our hometown athletes. They have an excellent selection of new and used Buick, Cadillac, and GMC vehicles. See the good guys for the best deal around. James Motor Company, 13th and Main in Hayes.
It's a beautiful day in our super high-speed internet great customer service neighborhood. Like you, this is where we live. In fact, our company is employee-owned, so it's our goal to improve the quality of life for everyone in our community by delivering faster, more reliable internet, clearer, more feature-laden phone service, quality TV channels, all with the level of customer service you'd expect from people who are your neighbors. Eagle Communications. Our community connected.
Eagle Television High School Sports, brought to you by Service Master Clean of Hayes. From the major accidents to the minor incidents, Service Master Clean of Hayes. Corey, Pam, and the entire staff support the efforts of Hayes High and TMP. Call today 628-6712. Thomas More Prep Marion. Through the dedication of students, parents, teachers, and alumni members, the focus is on Christian values and community awareness. TMP, Worlds of Opportunity, investing for eternity.
Lifetime Dental Care is devoted to helping you, your family, and friends achieve your healthiest and brightest smile. They are now accepting new patients. Call 625-7969 to schedule your appointment. They know every person's dental needs are unique, and that is why they offer you a comprehensive selection of treatment options in a comfortable and caring atmosphere. Dr. Lowe and his dental team want you to enjoy your visit. Lifetime Dental Care, accepting new patients. Call 625-7969 or see them at lifetimedentalcare.com.
Gut Shock Equipment, family owned since 1973. Choose from an incredible selection of products, including Arctic. Stop dreaming, start riding. Always wear a helmet and don't drink and ride. Kurt Staub Agency, your American family insurance agent with locations in Hayes and Ellis. Just the right coverage for wherever your dreams take you. Vernie's Hamburger House. Feed yourself or the whole team with great burgers, milkshakes, and the award-winning onion rings. Marianne, Bonnie, and the staff at Vernie's Hamburger House, 17th and Vine in Hayes. Bacon Rind Appraising Services, the lead provider of real estate valuations for the mortgage lending marketplace. With many years of experience, they have a proven track record. Contact Patty Bacon Rind today. Cross Manufacturing, looking for a few good people to join their team. Apply today. Cross Manufacturing. Home Steel Siding and Windows, making your home or business beautiful. Energy efficient and comfortable with quality products they stand behind. See them online at homesteelsiding.com.
Thank you for choosing the style classic quality body shop.
Classic Quality Body Shop has had the pleasure of serving this area since 1984. Much like a sports team, Shelton and his team have worked hard, grown together, and followed the playbook of taking care of customers to become one of the most highly regarded body shops in the area. Support your local team, whether on the field or when choosing who you do business with.
Thank you for choosing the style classic quality body shop.
See their ad in the Next Tech directory.
Steel Fabrications, the Iron Men of Western Kansas. Steel Fabrications. Thirsties, before the game, during the game, and after the game. Enjoy great food and a great atmosphere. Coldwell Banker Executive Realty. At Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, they believe there is nothing more powerful or more important than a home. Call or stop by today for all your real estate needs. Next Tech Wireless, avid supporters of local athletic programs, and have sponsored multiple school events. Are you ready for something different? See Next Tech Wireless. NCK Tech, North Central Kansas Technical College, is dedicated to being a leader in workforce development by maximizing value for students, employers, and communities. Log on to nckTC.edu to see what they can do for you. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, designing and building residential and commercial. Building dreams for over 30 years, Paul Wurtenberger Construction. Insurance Planning Incorporated, insurance for the way you work and live. For business, home, and family. Value the price, remember the service. Insurance Planning, IPI Financial Services, and AgPro Crop Insurance. Offices in Hayes, Great Bend, and Russell. Hayes Chevrolet. They have a huge selection of brand new cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, and a great selection of pre-owned vehicles. See them online today at HayesChevrolet.com.
Good morning.
Everyone in Hayes says you can clean anything, so can you get this tough stain out?
Grape jelly, we can get that out.
Wow, you guys really are good.
Master Cleaners in Hayes offers a variety of services including dry cleaning, alterations, laundry, tuxedo rentals, and free pickup and delivery.
G&L Tire and Automotive. G&L Tire is proud to be voted #1 tire store by the people of Hayes since 2005. They've been a part of the community since 1997 and look forward to seeing you at 201 East 8th in Hayes. Walmart. Save money, live better, Walmart. Whiskey Creek Wood Fire Grill, where the fire's always burning. Whiskey Creek. Leon's Welding and Fabrication. From welding and fabrication to sandblasting and powder coating to supporting the community, you can always count on Leon's Welding and Fabrication. Commerce Bank. Here's the ones that rise to the challenge. Commerce Bank. Commercial Builders. On time, on target, on budget. Commercial Builders. Redeem Designs. Screen print, embroidery, design. Where you'll find better ideas, better designs, better people. Come experience the best. 2204 Vine in Hayes. Redeem Designs. James Motor Company. Proud to serve our hometown athletes. They have an excellent selection of new and used Buick, Cadillac, and GMC vehicles. See the good guys for the best deal around. James Motor Company, 13th and Main in Hayes.
It's a beautiful day in our super high-speed internet great customer service neighborhood. Like you, this is where we live. In fact, our company is employee-owned, so it's our goal to improve the quality of life for everyone in our community by delivering faster, more reliable internet, clearer, more feature-laden phone service, quality TV channels, all with the level of customer service you'd expect from people who are your neighbors. Eagle Communications. Our community connected.
Eagle Television High School Sports, brought to you by Service Master Clean of Hayes. From the major accidents to the minor incidents, Service Master Clean of Hayes. Corey, Pam, and the entire staff support the efforts of Hayes High and TMP. Call today 628-6712. Thomas More Prep Marion. Through the dedication of students, parents, teachers, and alumni members, the focus is on Christian values and community awareness. TMP, Worlds of Opportunity, investing for eternity.
Lifetime Dental Care is devoted to helping you, your family, and friends achieve your healthiest and brightest smile. They are now accepting new patients. Call 625-7969 to schedule your appointment. They know every person's dental needs are unique, and that is why they offer you a comprehensive selection of treatment options in a comfortable and caring atmosphere. Dr. Lowe and his dental team want you to enjoy your visit. Lifetime Dental Care, accepting new patients. Call 625-7969 or see them at lifetimedentalcare.com.
Gut Shock Equipment, family owned since 1973. Choose from an incredible selection of products, including Arctic Cat. Stop dreaming, start riding. Always wear a helmet and don't drink and ride. Kurt Staub Agency, your American family insurance agent with locations in Hayes and Ellis. Just the right coverage for wherever your dreams take you. Vernie's Hamburger House. Feed yourself or the whole team with great burgers, milkshakes, and the award-winning onion rings. Marianne, Bonnie, and the staff at Vernie's Hamburger House, 17th and Vine in Hayes. Bacon Rind Appraising Services, the lead provider of real estate valuations for the mortgage lending marketplace. With many years of experience, they have a proven track record. Contact Patty Bacon Rind today. Cross Manufacturing, looking for a few good people to join their team. Apply today. Cross Manufacturing. Home Steel Siding and Windows, making your home or business beautiful. Energy efficient and comfortable with quality products they stand behind. See them online at homesteelsiding.com.
Thank you for choosing the style classic quality body shop.
Classic Quality Body Shop has had the pleasure of serving this area since 1984. Much like a sports team, Shelton and his team have worked hard, grown together, and followed the playbook of taking care of customers to become one of the most highly regarded body shops in the area. Support your local team, whether on the field or when choosing who you do business with.
Thank you for choosing the style classic quality body shop.
See their ad in the Next Tech directory.
Steel Fabrications, the Ironmen of Western Kansas. Steel Fabrications. Thirsties, before the game, during the game, and after the game. Enjoy great food and a great atmosphere. Coldwell Banker Executive Realty. At Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, they believe there is nothing more powerful or more important than a home. Call or stop by today for all your real estate needs. Next Tech Wireless, avid supporters of local athletic programs, and have sponsored multiple school events. Are you ready for something different? See Next Tech Wireless. NCK Tech, North Central Kansas Technical College, is dedicated to being a leader in workforce development by maximizing value for students, employers, and communities. Log on to ncktc.edu to see what they can do for you. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, designing and building residential and commercial. Building dreams for over 30 years, Paul Wurtenberger Construction. Insurance Planning Incorporated, insurance for the way you work and live. For business, home, and family. Value the price, remember the service. Insurance Planning, IPI Financial Services, and AgPro Crop Insurance. Offices in Hayes, Great Bend, and Russell. Hayes Chevrolet. They have a huge selection of brand new cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, and a great selection of pre-owned vehicles. See them online today at hayschevrolet.com.
Good morning.
Everyone in Hayes says you can clean anything. So can you get this tough stain out?
Grape jelly, we can get that out.
Wow, you guys really are good.
Master Cleaners in Hayes offers a variety of services including dry cleaning, alterations, laundry, tuxedo rentals, and free pickup and delivery.
G&L Tire and Automotive. G&L Tire is proud to be voted #1 tire store by the people of Hayes since 2005. They've been a part of the community since 1997 and look forward to seeing you at 201 East 8th in Hayes. Walmart. Save money, live better, Walmart. Whiskey Creek Wood-Fire Grill, where the fire's always burning. Whiskey Creek. Leon's Welding and Fabrication. From welding and fabrication to sandblasting and powder coating to supporting the community, you can always count on Leon's Welding and Fabrication. Commerce Bank. Here's the ones that rise to the challenge. Commerce Bank. Commercial Builders. On time, on target, on budget. Commercial Builders. Redeem Designs, screen print, embroidery, design, where you'll find better ideas, better designs, better people. Come experience the best. 2204 Vine in Hayes, Redeem Designs. James Motor Company, proud to serve our hometown athletes. They have an excellent selection of new and used Buick, Cadillac, and GMC vehicles. See the good guys for the best deal around. James Motor Company, 13th and Main in Hayes.
It's a beautiful day in our super high-speed internet great customer service neighborhood. Like you, this is where we live. In fact, our company is employee-owned, so it's our goal to improve the quality of life for everyone in our community by delivering faster, more reliable internet, clearer, more feature-laden phone service, quality TV channels, all with the level of customer service you'd expect from people who are your neighbors. Eagle Communications. Our community connected.
And welcome to Lewis Field Stadium in Hayes as the Hayes High Indians get set to take on the Great Bend Panthers. It's week number 2 of the high school football season. as also the opening game of Western Athletic Conference play. Great Bend 1-0. Hayes High is 0-1 after a loss to Scott City. Hayes High will be getting the football to start this game. Great Bend kicking off with the wind right to left, 85 degrees at kickoff. A wind at 10 to 15 miles an hour out of the south. Clear night. It's going to remain that way throughout the contest. Kickoff is brought to you by Steel Fabrications, the Ironmen of Western Kansas. See Steel Fabrications if you need it fixed, welded, built, or sandblasted. See Steel Fab, East Highway 40 in Hayes, proud to support the area youth in all that they do. Dustin Armbruster in the booth along with Mike Holliday. Rafe Dent is at the KFIX studio. Over on ECTV, we've got Harrison on the technical production side of things tonight. It's going to be Hayden Brown back to return the kick. He'll stand at the goal line. The wind will play a factor when the ball gets up in the air, but if you look down to the south end of the stadium, the flags on the uprights are almost still. On the north end, they're blowing out just a little bit. The kickoff is going to come from Great Bend, an end-over-end kick. Carlos Franco will put it into the end zone, and in high school football, that's an automatic touchback. Hayes High will begin the game on their own 20-yard line, looking to bounce back after a 29-8 loss a week ago.
And for Hayes High, the hope is, at the very least, to get a couple of first downs, keep the chains moving, and do their defense some favors. The defense has just, over the last couple of seasons, been on the field way too long. So we'll see what Hayes High can do offensively to begin this football game at Lewis Field Stadium, where magic certainly happened here last night. Can it happen 2 nights in a row?
And I missed whatever it was, but Hayes High has been penalized 10 yards on the touchback, and so they will start back at the 10-yard line. Certainly not the way you're looking to do things. Hunter Brown at quarterback. Dylan Schmidberger is going to be the fullback. Indians go power I formation, meaning Keaton Markley is the tailback. It's a counter play. It's going to go to Will Sinnott, and he's going to get only to the 9.5-yard line, a loss of a half yard on Sinnott's first carry of the night. He threw for a touchdown last week. Offensive line, left tackle is Dante Blackman, left guard Kyler Kinky, center Trey Van Pelt, right guard Colton Schindler, and the right tackle will be Logan Schulte. A loss of a yard on the play on the first carry of the night and season for Will Sinnott, 143-pound junior. This time they split Palmer Hutchison out to the left side. Tight end right side is going to be Mason Ibarra, a touchdown catch a week ago. Same power I formation, second 11 from the right hash. It's a handoff to Markley, bounces right, then back up the middle, 15, gets out to the 20, and the Indians have a first down as Markley gets shoved to the turf at the 21-yard line. It's a gain of 12, leading the way out front. Kyler Kinky from that left guard position, a nice pull, and the Indians have their longest run of the season of 12 yards.
And for Markley, a nice job of following his blockers. Good blocking, but he had some moves there to get that first down, and that's what Hayes High wants to do, keep these chains moving. It's a nice first down for the Indians.
Graydon Mayfield is the tight end to the right side this time. He lines up outside of Logan Schulte. Same power I formation. Again, it goes to Hayden Brown, the tailback this time, and Hayden takes it across the 25 to the 28-yard line. Indians come out in the power I. Hayden Brown will come out. Keaton Markley will come back in, but Hayden Brown, a nice gain of 7 yards on first down.
These Brown boys not big, but they are tough. Hayden, 5'9", 159-pound sophomore.
Hayes had just 45 yards rushing all game last week. They right now are at 18 on just 3 carries. Split wide receivers, Mason Ibarra near side, 2 out to the far side. Play clock is down to 8 seconds. I formation on second down and 3. Brown bobbles the snap, gets it off to Schmidberger late. He gets a first down, getting near the 35-yard line, still on his feet, and he's going to push his way to the 35 for a gain of 6 and a first down. And the Hayes High Indians right now, Mike Holliday, have a very renewed sense of vigor here in week number 2.
And isn't second and 3 much better than second and 11? If Hayes High can create positive yards on first down, man, that makes things so much easier on this offense. New set of downs.
Graydon Mayfield, wide receiver right. Palmer Hutchison, wide receiver left. This time, a double slot look with the slots outside the tackles on this 1st and 10 play from the 35. Handoff over the middle to Schmidberger. He got his face mask grabbed, and no official throws a flag. Schmidberger got his face mask grabbed and turned to the side. No call. He'll still gain 3 yards to the 38-yard line. That was a pretty blatant face mask.
It wasn't just a hand across the face mask. mask. You're right. He actually the Great Bend defender grabbed the face mask, but the officials missed the call.
Certainly nothing vicious. He wasn't intending to do anything, but it still happened. So from the right hash, Indians left to right. They'll send Palmer Hutchison, wide receiver, to the left, back to the power I, with Sinnott, Schmidberger, and Markley in the backfield, tied into the right. Handoff, Markley on the counter play. He'll get about 3 yards, make it 2 yards, just shy of the 40-yard line, and Hayes High will face a third down for the first time tonight. Indians last week were just 2 for 9 on third down. This is going to be third down and 5.
Like how Markley runs, keeps his head down and keeps his feet churning, and got an extra yard out of that carry.
Indian football brought to you by Eagle Communications, Midwest Energy, Heartland Building Center, and Gibbs Auto Supply. Indians will bring Graydon Mayfield in from the right tight end position. The huddle breaks, and Trey Van Pelt leads the line to the scrimmage at the 40-yard line. 2 wide receivers left. Mayfield now splits out right. 1 running back. Blitz is on by Great Bend. It's a keeper by Brown. Brown stutter steps in. He's going to be brought down 2 yards shy of the first down. The blitz through the timing of the runoff. Indians on third down and 5 pick up 3 yards. And you'd think Hayes High here is looking to punt, but will they? 8:05 to go first quarter, and it looks like Hayes High right now is going to go for it on 4th and 2 from their own 43-yard line. Hayes High a week ago went for it on 4th down 1 time and did not convert. Hayes High looks to go for it. I formation on 4th and 2. 3 down linemen for Great Bend, and Great Bend Panthers jumped off sides, and Hayes High is going to get a free first down. Jumping was Miramontes, the 230-pound sophomore, and whether Hayes High was going to go for it or not, they get the first down on the 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, we'll never know, but it's a first down nonetheless. Approaching midfield now. What a drive to begin this game for Hayes High.
Indians home maroon uniforms for a second week in a row. White numbers, white pants, maroon helmets. For Great Bend, white jerseys, red numbers, black helmets, black pants. We're told they have new home uniforms waiting for them, but they've been on the road the first 2 weeks. Handoff, Schmidberger up the middle, and the Indians are going to drive the pile to make a loss of 1 and turn into a gain of 3 onto Great Bend's side of the field. That was the offensive line just getting a little rough with everybody and pushing them forward. The little rugby pile went forward for 3 yards.
8th play of the drive upcoming, a drive that has already consumed nearly 5 minutes of this first quarter.
Indians to the plus 48-yard line after that gain of 3 on first down for Dylan Schmidberger, and now a whistle, and Hayes High is going to use a timeout early in the game. 6:57 to go first quarter. Hayes is still on the opening possession of the entire game. By the way, your uniform update is brought to you by Phase 2, and a big thanks to Phase 2 for providing game day apparel for our broadcast. Quick turnaround and ready to help your team. Phase 2 next to Big D's Rental on 22nd Street in Hayes. And thus far, Mike Holliday, an impressive drive for Hayes High. And more than anything, they are controlling the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the very first play we saw was a 1-yard loss, but since then they've really ramped up that running game. And this is a typical Randall Rath type drive. Of course, Randall, the longtime coach of the Oakley Plainsmen, spent a year in Cimarron as well, and he likes to establish control on the ground, and Hayes High has done that thus far.
Hayes High Indian football brought to you by Horizon Appliance and Electronics, USAE Pharmacy, Next Tech, Steel Fabrications, and Edward Jones, Daryl, Jeff, and Linda Seibel. So Hayes High uses their first time out of the first half, 6:57 to go. They go into the wind here in the first quarter. It's also not near as stiff a wind on the ground as it is up in the air. As you get above the stadium, the American flag at the north end really whipping out. Power I formation. It's going to be a handoff. Markley, he gets a big hole left side. First down to the 40-yard line as he picks up 8 yards on the carry.
How about the start for Keaton Markley, the 6', 164-pound junior tailback?
He ran 3 times last week for a negative 1 yard. Tonight, 3 carries, 22 yards. That was a very deceptive handoff by quarterback Hunter Brown because he held it very, very late until Markley got it. There's an opportunity there possibly for a play-action pass should the Indians want it. 6.5 minutes to go, opening quarter, still the opening drive of the game. And a wide receiver to the right is Graydon Mayfield. The tight end left this time is Palmer Hutchison under center. At play action pass. Brown rolls out to the right, looking to throw. Caught by Hutchison at the 30-yard line. Goes between two defenders and takes it away from the safety Dalton Miller, who had a pick last week. First down, Hayes High on their first passing attempt of the game.
Yeah, that was double coverage. Max Jerky also there on the defense for Great Bend. That's a nice throw by Hunter Brown, though, putting it exactly where he needed to put it. And Hayes High has something working here. Nearly half of the first quarter gone.
They started the drive from their own 10. They're at the Great Bend 30 on the right hash. Now the Indians are going to switch and go unbalanced line to the left, having 2 to the right and going 4 to the left. It's a handoff counter to Will Sinnott. Makes the first man miss. Danced right by the blitzing linebacker, Cody Stapleton. He is starting for Zach Seymour, a sophomore who's out with a back injury, but the run nets only a yard to the 29-yard line. 5.5 to go, first quarter, and Hayes High still has the football.
And keeping almost everything in between those hashes. So that's why the first quarter is going by pretty quickly. No out of bounds.
Indian offensive line to the 29-yard line, moving left to right, power I formation. Sinnott late to his position to the right, still 10 seconds to snap the football. Straight ahead run, Brown. Brown stutter steps, cuts back, and then gets drilled. Looked like he had an opportunity to go to the outside, but Brock Blessing, the linebacker, a junior for Great Bend, got to the outside before Hayden Brown could. It's a gain of 2 yards to the 27-yard line. Indians are 0 for 1 on third down. On fourth, then, they drew Great Bend off sides. Right now, they are going to face third down and 7 yards.
This team coming out fired up, too. They have wanted to play this game, look good on their first possession of the game. No score early on.
Mason Ibarra, tight end, split out to the right. Tight end left is going to be Hutchison. It's a counter play to Markley, and the Indians never got off the line of scrimmage. Just a gain of 1. They try to run the trap, bringing Colton Schoendaler from the right guard to the left side. He got tripped up and couldn't get clear to get to the linebacker. Now the Indians have fourth down and a decision to make on 4th and 6.
230-pound sophomore Alan Miramontes, the nose tackle on that stop for Great Bend.
4 carries, 23 yards for Keaton Markley. Last time Indians on 4th down and 4 yards got Great Bend to jump off sides. This is 4th and 6, call it 4th and 7. Hayes High lining up to go for it. Markley in motion from left to right. Indians will go. Play action pass. Looking down the field. Looking backside. Oh, the Indians had Will Sinnott wide open on the backside of the field. The pass goes incomplete. Hayes High loses the ball on downs. They had a touchdown as Will Sinnott broke to the backside of the defense. If Hunter Brown sees him, it's a walk-in touchdown for the Hayes High Indians. They lose the ball with 3:44 to go in the first quarter.
And pretty good protection by that Hayes High offensive line, too. Hunter Brown had a lot of time, but you're right, just simply did not see him.
And when you're running all the way to the right and you have to throw back to the left, and we're sitting on the top of the stadium, it's a little easier to see, too. So Hayes High will go to the defensive side for the first time, giving up the ball at the 27-yard line. Handoff, Fritz, big hole 30. Watch out, 35, left sideline 40. He's at the 45-yard line, and he's driven out of bounds near midfield. He steps out at the Great Bend 48-yard line after Hayes High just worked it down the field and turned it over on downs. All of a sudden, Great Bend with Gage Fritz, the 160-pound sophomore running back, breaks it free, and they get all the way to the, where did they mark it out of bounds? At the 48-yard line.
Over 200 yards for Gage Fritz in the win over Coffeyville on 25 carries, 205 yards, 3 touchdowns.
It's going to be a handoff, no late delay, and it's going to be a keeper by the quarterback, Coy Brock. Brock was a wide receiver for this team a year ago. He gets a yard up to the 49-yard line. And that was an interesting look because Brock looked like he took about 2 steps towards the ball before it actually was snapped, which would be an illegal procedure. Fritz to the right side of the quarterback, Brock. 3 wide receivers right, 1 to the left, and the Indians jump off sides. Chase Browse, who's in at the defensive end position. He is in for Hayes High's Dylan Schmidberger. Dylan banged up his right shoulder in the first quarter last week. He's going to come into the game, but they're looking to try to get Dylan a little bit of rest so that they weren't able to have Dylan in there all the time on both sides of the ball. Hayes High's second penalty. And that gives Great Bend the ball in Hayes High territory now at the 46-yard line. It's a handoff. Fritz, and he gets his legs cut out from underneath of him. Palmer Hutchison with the tackle. Last week, Palmer 8 tackles, a fumble caused and a fumble recovery. He gets the tackle here. 3rd down and 3 coming up for the Great Bend Panthers.
Man, Dustin, that's a good tackle, and that's how you tackle Fritz, who has so much upper body strength. He's like a spark plug out there, but you get him around the ankles, and he'll go down.
He hits his top speed fast. 3rd down and 4. Great Bend this time is going to hand off to Fritz. Gets to the edge, but the Indians are there to make the tackle. It is going to be the Hayes High Indians defensive tackle, Logan Schulte, to drag him down for a loss of 1.
Big Logan Schulte in on the tackle for Hayes High. And a 4th down upcoming. We'll see what Great Bend elects to do.
See if Hayes High can stop from jumping off sides. 4th down and 5 yards on this. A long snap count from Coy Brock. Now he looks over at Coach Aaron Beck at the Great Bend sideline. There's 10 seconds to snap the football. Fritz in front of Brock. Will they throw with 2 right, 2 left? Nope, it's going to be a quarterback kick. Indians will just let it bounce. It's going to angle out of bounds, and Hayes High holds Great Bend. And really last week, Mike Holliday, the Indians' defense didn't play terribly. They missed some tackles, but on one of the drives, they only had 20 yards to defend in that 29-8 loss, and there was a pick 6.
Right.
There's 14 of the points that you really look at and go, man, that's not completely on Hayes High.
I was down on the field, too, and Scott City knew they had been in a football game after playing Hayes High, and heard from several Scott City players saying those guys really hit. So things off to a really good start for the Indians, offensively and defensively, no score. But Hayes High back on offense for the 2nd time in the game.
13 plays, 63 yards on their opening drive. Now they get the ball at the 15-yard line with 1:49 to go first quarter. Blitz coming, handoff left side, and it's going to be Schmidberger, and he's going to get bent backwards after picking up a couple of yards. The Hayes High offensive line is much more engaged in hitting the defense and driving them backwards. That's a tough run for Dylan Schmidberger, but he's able to pick up a couple of yards. 90 seconds to go first quarter. Hayes High needs to move this football and get a little breathing room. 2nd down and 8 from the 17-yard line. They send Mason Ibarra way out to the right side of the field. The ball's on the left hash, and Ibarra is near the sideline on the right side. It's going to be a keeper by Brown. Gets a hole, gets a 1st down. He's at the 25-yard line, and he gets taken down near the 30. They say his knee hit at the 28. That's a gain of 11 for Hunter Brown on a nice fake, and then keeps it himself.
Hunter Brown doesn't need a whole lot of room, does he? Just open up a little crease, and he'll find his way through it.
5'8", 178, now starting for a 2nd consecutive year. Started all 9 games last year, 2 games the year before that. This is his 13th start at quarterback. He started his sophomore year as the running back. Graydon Mayfield, wide receiver to the right for this 1st and 10 play. Indians left to right, scoreless between the 2 teams. Brown, keeper, gets a block, spins off of it, and gets maybe a yard. Got a block on the edge from Kyler Kinke, but there was just too many white jerseys there to eventually bring down the Indian quarterback. 17 yards on 4 carries for Brown. 23 yards on 4 carries for Keaton Markley. 30 seconds to go first quarter. Here's Mason Ibarra from the sideline bringing in the play. Indian football brought to you by Discount Siding, Insurance Planning, High Plains Farm Credit, and High Plains Roofing. Indians go with 2 wide receivers this time. Wyatt Sheevy out to the left and Mason Ibarra to the right. Now Brown stands up, maybe changing the play. 5 seconds to go on the play clock. Down to 3. The play is snapped, and Hayes High got a timeout taken before the snap happens. That may have saved a disaster of 2nd down play. Hayes High now has used 2 of their first half timeouts. 7 seconds to go in the first quarter, and it's scoreless between Hayes and Great Bend.
And I am betting that you will not see a faster first quarter than what we have seen thus far.
There's 17 total plays were run on those first 2 drives. Hayes High went 13 plays, had to punt the football away after 63 yards. Great Bend went 4 plays. They had that big 21-yard run, and then they were held to 1 yard, and the loss of a yard, and then punted the football away. So Hayes High was able to hold well on the defensive side of things. It was a 31-yard punt by the quarterback, Coy Brock.
Hayes High has lost the last 2 to Great Bend, but before that had won, 5 of 6?
6 in a row.
6 in a row.
The only loss, they'd won 7 of 8. The only loss was in that injury-riddled season at the quarterback position. Hayes ultimately had to go to Salina Central and win by 13 to make the playoffs, and it was a heartbreak season for everybody involved. Likely the last play of the first quarter, 2nd down and 9. Indians with 7 seconds to go in the quarter, handoff to Markley, and he's slammed to the turf. There's Alan Miramontes, the 230-pound sophomore, and that will be the end of the first quarter. Scoreless between Hayes and Great Bend is the opening game of the Western Athletic Conference, week number 2 of the season. We'll take a break, and we're back in a minute. This is Hayes High Indian football.
For choosing the style, classic quality body shop.
Classic Quality Body Shop has had the pleasure of serving this area since 1984. Much like a sports team, Shelton and his team have worked hard, grown together, and followed the playbook of taking care of customers to become one of the most highly regarded body shops in the area. Support your local team, whether on the field or when choosing who you do business with.
Thank you for choosing the style, classic quality body shop.
See their ad in the Next Tech directory.
Good morning.
Everyone in Hayes says you can clean anything, so can you get this tough stain out?
Grape jelly, we can get that out.
Wow, you guys really are good.
Master Cleaners in Hayes offers a variety of services including dry cleaning, alterations, laundry, tuxedo rentals, and free pickup and delivery.
This is Eagle TV.
Great Bend tied at 0. Few other games actually getting towards the end of the first quarter, but nobody else at the end of the first quarter. We'll get you a Kalon scoreboard update as the night goes along. Mike in the pregame show mentioned the big game up in Smith Center between Phillipsburg and Smith Center.
Yeah, Smith Center ranked number 1 in Class 2A. Phillipsburg number 3 in 3A, so a big Mid-Continent League 11-man game.
Indians 3rd down and 7. 0 for 2 on 3rd down. Play action pass. Brown with time, looking down the field for Sinnott and overshoots him. Incomplete, and the Hayes High Indians will punt the football away on 4th down and 7 from their own 31-yard line. Dodge City takes an early 7-0 lead over Wichita Southeast. Both teams 0-1. Garden City and the Castleview, Colorado squad are scoreless. And it'll be Logan Clark to punt the football away. Logan last week, 6 punts, averaged 39 yards, takes a high snap, and he'll get a nice hanging punt. It's returned from the 26-yard line. Coming near side is going to be Yerke. He gets stood up and dropped by Chase Browse on a nice tackle. Now a late flag comes flying in from the head umpire. "46 yards on the punt by Logan Clark. 3 accepted penalties, personal foul against Great Bend on the return. And so from the end of the run, Great Bend loses 15 yards from what would have been the 38-yard line. On an 18, make that a 13-yard return. They'll lose the return yards and then a couple, be backed up inside the 25 and down to the 23-yard line, where Great Bend will start their second possession of offense. Scoreless between Hayes and Great Bend. Great Bend with just their 5th play of offense in this game. They'll put an extra back in the backfield this time with 2 running backs. Fritz will start in front of the quarterback and to the right. 3 wide receivers is to the new running back in the game. That is Wondra. He is going to get hit hard. Stays on his feet somehow. Indians didn't finish the tackle. We got to wrap up and finish the tackle. I said that was Wondra. That is not. That is going to be Dalton Miller with his first carry of the season.
Well, that was a pretty good first carry. Hayes High thought that they had him, and he just kept his feet moving, little spin move, and gets good yardage on first down.
9 yards out to the 32-yard line. Hayes High gave up a 21-yard run. Now they put a man in motion. Pass out quick to Fritz. Fritz unguarded. He's at the 40 and then gets taken down by Sinnott and Markley, but enough for a first down on the swing pass out to Gage Fritz. That goes up to the 43-yard line. That's a gain of 11 from Coy Brock to Fritz, who did not make a catch last week.
Not a lot of fun seeing Fritz out there in the open field if you're a Hayes High defender either. He has some wheels. Like you said, Dustin, he's got a very, very quick initial burst.
Up to the 43-yard line. Great Bend into the wind for the first time, going left to right. 2 wide receivers left, 2 in the backfield. Fritz in motion from right to left. They're going to hand off on the counter, and the running back stumbles. That once again is Dalton Miller. And this is a bit of a surprise to see Dalton Miller. They didn't show this formation but maybe once last week, a loss of a yard. And so Dalton Miller is getting some time in the backfield. Miller's listed as a wide receiver, 5'11", 145. The ball back to the 42-yard line. 2nd down and 12. They're going to give him a loss of 2 on that run. Here's a handoff again to Miller. Goes right side, and there's Hayden Brown and 3 other maroon shirts to make the tackle. That's good gang tackling by the Hayes High Indians back to the original line of scrimmage to the 43-yard line.
Inside linebacker Palmer Hutchinson also in on that stop to help out with that tackle. And Hayes High flying to the football, Dustin. They really are.
3rd and 11. Palmer Hutchinson has some aggression to get out. He missed all of last season because of a heart issue, missed all of basketball, and then also missed half the baseball season as well. He spent a lot of the preseason camp in football just trying to get back in shape. 4 wide receivers. Play clock down to 5 for Great Bend. Brock has to hurry. Play clock down to 3, down to 2, down to 1. He didn't get it off, and there's a penalty on Great Bend. They lose 5 yards on a delay of game penalty. And that's their 3rd penalty, 2nd on this drive, and sets up now 3rd down and 16.
Well, we were talking about penalties in the pregame show, and so far, Great Bend has been penalized more than Hayes High, so Hayes High winning that aspect of the game early on here at Lewis Field Stadium.
McPherson and Mays South, number 2 and number 3 in 4A Division I. They're tied at 0 at the end of one quarter. 9:17 to go and counting, 2nd quarter. Here's a counter play. The Indians missed the tackle in the backfield on the handoff to Fritz, but everybody else stayed home. There's going to be Wyatt Sheevy and Willie Sinnott to make the tackle. Dante Blackman had a beat on Fritz on that counter play. Couldn't make the tackle, but did a good job of making sure that he held him up in the backfield long enough. Hayes High holds on 3rd down, a gain of just 3 yards. And Fritz has only run 4 times for 24 yards. Coy Brock, by the way, is the normal punter. So if Brock goes back to punt, last week in a normal punt formation, he had 1 punt for 15 yards. His first punt tonight went for 31. Now he punts into the wind. Hayden Brown back to receive this punt. The ball from the 40-yard line, and he's going to fake. Throw down the field, and it is caught. It is a first down to Dalton Miller. And that's the issue with faking. And now Hayes High's coach, Randall Rath, saying that is an ineligible man down the field. The offensive linemen were down the field. That should be an ineligible man down the field, but the ball goes to the Hayes High side of the field to the 43-yard line, 17 yards on 4th down and 13.
I don't know if that was designed that way or not. He lost control of the ball and decided to throw it.
And that's why the ineligible man was down the field, and now Fritz gets away from the initial man in the backfield, goes down to the 40-yard line and tackled there. A gain of 3 on the play. Boy, we talk about so many times, Mike Holliday, momentum-changing plays. Is that going to be one of them right there with 8 minutes to go in a scoreless game in the 2nd quarter?
Could be, and that was just kind of a fluky play on 4th and long. Great Bend converts off a bobbled punt attempt.
And Dalton Miller, 5'11", had to use all of his frame to go up there and get it. Hayes High, 4-down lineman this time. Miller in formation, and that's a timeout taken by Great Bend, and they did so because they had 2 guys in motion. And Aaron Beck, the coach for Great Bend, realizing it, takes the timeout. That's their first charge of the first half. So Hayes High thought that they had a stop on 3rd down. It was 4th and 13, but Great Bend ends up having to throw the pass. I guess that's the advantage of having your quarterback be the punter is that he's got a good arm to make those potential throws.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Hayes High defensively has Great Bend off their game just a bit. They're not able to get their ground game established here like they did a week ago in that big win over Coffeyville to begin the season.
Hayes Kalon scoreboard update. Some scores starting to roll in at the end of the first quarter. It is Garden City 3, Castleview, Colorado 0. Scoreless between McPherson and Mays South. And then an 8-0 lead for Marysville, number 5 in 3A over Abilene. Those scores all at the end of the first quarter. And your scoreboard update powered by Hayes Kalon. The green grass you want in the spring starts with spraying in the fall by Hayes Kalon. Call Kirk Maska 623-0674 or Kurt Viner 623-8427. We'll get you some more scores from around the WAC and the state of Kansas as the game goes along. 2nd down and 7 from the 40-yard line. Hayes had a stop, but a fluke play where the quarterback, who's also the punter, had to scramble and throw the ball, got a first down. Now Great Bend at the Indian 40. Handoff, Fritz gets hit, gets taken down at the 39-yard line. 1, 2, 3 maroon jerseys there to make the tackle. First on the scene, Chase Browse.
His coaching staff and the Hayes High players have watched the Great Bend film. They are on Great Bend's offense. And again, not much of a ground game established in the first half.
3rd and 7. Great Bend is 0 for 2 on 3rd down. 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right, ball in the middle of the field at the 39. Brock takes the handoff, hands off to Fritz, and Fritz right up the middle. And Mike Holliday, that is Great Bend going, we are going 4 downs right here because they just handed off straight up the middle on 3rd down and 7 to pick up 3 yards.
Yep, no doubt about it. As they approach the 35-yard line of Hayes High, they're going to go for it. It's 4-down territory. So Great Bend lining up.
4th and 2, a gain of 5. Hayes High shifts the defensive line over to the right a little bit. Their kicker last week went 5 for 5 on extra points, but did not kick a field goal. 4th down, it's going to be a play-action pass. Open is the wide receiver to the far side, and it's going to be caught by Great Bend's Ty Esfeld. He makes his first catch of the year. That goes down to the 30-yard line, and it's a gain of 5 on 4th down. 2 4th-down conversions on this drive.
This drive began with 11:42 to go in the third quarter. We're at 6:24 now.
Ball at the 30, handoff Fritz up the middle, big hole, and he's going to take it inside the 25 down to the 23-yard line, gain of 7. Fritz starting to get his foot in the ground a little bit, 5 yards on his last carry, 7 on this carry. He has 8 carries, 40 yards. Mike mentioned it last week, 25 carries, 205 yards, and 3 scores. And right now, Hayes High, they had a great opportunity to score in the first quarter, did not. They're trying to stop Great Bend for a second time on this drive alone. 4-down lineman for Hayes High, 2nd and 3 from the 23-yard line. Inside 6 minutes to go of this scoreless first half. And now the running back, Fritz, a little confused. Play clock down to 5. It's a keeper by Brock, straight up the middle, gets hit, and he's going to fall forward for the first down at the 19-yard line, gain of 4.
Now Brock will take off with the ball as he did last week against Coffeyville. 10 carries, 80 yards. He had 2 touchdowns on the ground a week ago.
Dalton Miller in at the running back position. We have not seen as much of Gage Fritz as we thought we would. Hayes High did this week also install a 3-3 stacked formation if they need it. Miller to the left of the quarterback, Brock. 2 wide receivers right, 2 left. Handoff, Brock. Counter, left side. Gets down to the 5 or 10-yard line and gets taken down by Hunter Brown, who makes the possibly touchdown-saving tackle on a gain of 9 yards down to the 10.
And a missed tackle by the safety, Hayden Brown. Got Great Bend a couple extra yards.
Into the red zone for Great Bend. Scoreless with 5 minutes to go the first half. Hayes High controlled the clock in the first quarter, but now it's Great Bend's turn. Miller to the right of the quarterback. Hayes High jumped off sides. Oh, apparently they did not get off sides. Didn't get across the neutral zone apparently, and so Hayes High does not give up a free first down. 2nd and 1 from the 10. It's a keeper by Brock. Brock gets hit, spins, and he falls forward right at the first down marker. Palmer Hutchison had Brock dead to rights. He's going to be about a half yard short of the first down. Here's Fritz in for Miller. 3rd and 1. Great Bend is 0 for 3 on 3rd down so far tonight, but 2 for 2 on 4th down. And now Great Bend's going to bring in some extra muscle. They get really big after they bring in essentially some defensive guys, including Alan Miramontes. Brock with two guys to his right. It's a quarterback keeper on 3rd and 1. Goes outside and flags on the play. Hayes High had made the stop in the backfield. Hayes High read the play. Dante Blackman made the stop, but a false start illegal procedure on Great Bend is going to give a reprieve to the Panthers. It was 3rd and 1. It'll be 3rd and 6. Hayes High would much rather have the result of the play.
Yeah, that's where a penalty works against you if you're Hayes High, unfortunately. Great Bend has a 300-pounder. In fact, he's 305-pound senior in Aaron Clark, the left tackle.
So 3rd and 6 for Great Bend from the 15-yard line, and they go back to the spread formation. Gage Fritz in the backfield. Is it still 4-down territory for Great Bend in this scoreless game? 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right. It's going to be Fritz keeping it near side, gets stretched out, and there's a nice play by Mason Ibarra. Got around the block of Dalton Beaker, and he just strung out the running back for a loss of 2 yards. That's a great job by Ibarra, not trying to do too much. He just corralled him and waited for the reinforcements.
Yeah, he was very patient, didn't panic as Fritz tried to get around the edge and just kind of stayed with the play. And a nice job by Ibarra. And 4th down and 8, so a long distance to go for Great Bend. And looks like they want to talk about it.
They are going to take their second time out of the first half. Great Bend is 0 for 4 on 3rd down on this drive. They're now 0 for 4 on 3rd down. They're 0 for 3 on 3rd down in this drive, but 2 for 2 on 4th down. One of those, a muffed snap, and it just so happened it worked out well for them.
Hayes High had on their initial possession a 13-play drive that took 8:56 off the clock. Now Great Bend has a drive that's coming up on about 8.5 minutes. 15th play of the drive upcoming.
Hayes High Indian football brought to you by Hayes Kalon, State Glass Company, Lewis Automotive Group, Roof Masters, Progressive Physical Therapy, and Eagle Communications is your ultimate business partner. We provide services your business needs like reliable phone and internet, plus IT support and marketing solutions. Call today, 877-61-EAGLE. Big time play coming up here. Great Bend will get the ball to start the second half. Scoreless, and Great Bend going for it on 4th down and 8. They're 2 for 2 on this drive on 4th down. They converted on 4th and 13. 4th and 2. This is 4th and 8, and now Hayes High is going to use their final timeout of the first half, getting a look at what Great Bend has coming up, and that tells you how big this play alone is. Great Bend's Aaron Beck has used a timeout. Randall Rath uses his final timeout of the first half. They want to make sure that everybody's on the same page and make this stop.
They want to get it right, absolutely. By the way, I love watching Raheem Dumas coach.
All-American,
nice assistant coach.
Yeah, All-American at Fort Hays State University as a cornerback a year ago. He has been quite the influence on the kids, and he brings with it a certain knowledge that he has obviously picked up under Coach Chris Brown here at Fort Hays State University, but he's an All-American. And so he knows what it takes to win. This last week in practice, and you can see him doing it right now with Hunter Brown, the 3 cornerbacks for Hayes High that rotate are Hunter Brown, Willie Sinnott, and then also Tavian Kramer. And every time that one of them would rotate out, he had them on the sidelines working on their footsteps. Don't cross your feet over completely. You have to cross a little bit. Don't turn all the way around. Just working with those guys and trying to help them understand what it takes to make a big-time play. And let's see if that's what works here on 4th down and 8 from the 18-yard line. Great Bend in Hayes High territory. We're scoreless in this first half. 3 wide receivers left for Brock. He has a running back beside him. Hayes High is going to, not bring the blitz. Now a delayed blitz. Throws left side. It is out of bounds and incomplete, and the Hayes High Indians hold on defense. The delayed blitz from the Indians linebacker, Wyatt Sheevy, helped blow that play up, and then Indians covered well, and it's the first incomplete pass for Great Bend. It is a change of possession on downs for Great Bend after a punt. Hayes High, a change of possession on downs and a punt, and we're scoreless with 3:09 to go in the first half.
Man, it was good coverage downfield by Hayes High. Their defensive backfield playing really well in this game.
Indians will start from their own 17-yard line. I formation, wide receiver left. Great Bend brings a blitz. It's a keeper by Hunter Brown, 20-yard line. Then he puts his head down and gets wrestled down inbounds at the 25. It's a gain of 8. Brown was angling to try to get out of bounds. Hayes High without a timeout left in this first half, 2:50 and counting before halftime.
There you go. Good positive yardage on first down for Hayes High. Again, 2nd and 2. That is the exact position that this offense wants to be in.
Am I reading your chart right? 15 plays on that previous drive for Great Bend.
Yeah. It netted him no points.
Out to the 25. Split wide receivers. Ibarra right. Hutchison left. Shotgun formation for the quarterback, Hunter Brown. Faces the blitz. Has time. Rolls out. Looks down the field. It is going to be in and out of the hands of the Hayes High Indians receiver. Intended for the crossing Will Sinnott. Just over top of his outstretched fingertips. 3rd and 2. It stops the clock with 2:23 remaining before halftime.
I like the call, actually. Hayes High passing on 2nd and short. Feeling confident in their running game to pick up this first down on 3rd and short.
Brown 1 for 3 passing for 10 yards. The completion was to Palmer Hutchison, who's in there now. Keaton Markley comes into the ball game. Mayfield right, Hutchison left. Schmidberger behind the quarterback, Hunter Brown, on 3rd and 2 from the 25. Handoff, Schmidberger right side, keeps his legs turning. This is close. Where the far side official is walking in, it looks like it's enough for a first down. The clock will stop. Well, the clock hasn't stopped. The officials blew the play dead. I'm surprised they didn't stop the clock to reset the chains. And now they're going to stop the clock. It is a first down. The clock is still running, though. The Indians lost 10 seconds on the clock not stopping. That's the Indians' first 3rd down conversion of the night. In fact, to be fair to both teams, that's the first 3rd down conversion for either of the teams tonight.
Boy, and that is big. You want to score on this drive, but as importantly, you want to keep the ball out of the hands of the Great Bend offense in these final minute and 46 seconds of the first half.
Double slot, double wide receiver. Great Bend brings the blitz. Brown with time, heaves it deep, looking for Wyatt Sheevy, and it hits him in the back. I don't think Wyatt ever saw the football.
Yeah,
Plus,
he didn't get turned around, it didn't look like.
Keaton Markley was in the area, too. That looked like 2 guys ran the same route and were too close to each other. Good job by the offensive line because Great Bend brought a blitz. They brought their 4 down linemen and then brought 2 extra guys, and Hayes High picked it up. Ball still at the 27-yard line. 2nd and 10. Brown has misfired on his last 3 passes and is 1 for 4 in the game. Scoreless between Great Bend and Hayes High. Back to the power I formation for the Hayes High Indians on 2nd and 10. Great Bend again brings the blitz. Handoff, Markley, right side, 25-30, 35-yard line, jumps through a tackle. First down at the 39. Nice run by Keaton Markley, picking up 12 yards. If Hayes High wants to, they can try to go to a little hurry up here. 1:31 to go before halftime. The clock will start when the ball is set, and it does so now. Ball at the 39. Indians right to left. Mayfield tight end right. Tight end left is going to be Sheevy this time. Willie Sinnott, the wide receiver left. Again, Great Bend shows blitz. They bring the blitz. It's an option play, and Brown's just going to go down back at the 35-yard line. Great Bend read it. They read it well, and Brown did the right thing, pretty much just to go down on a loss of 4 yards. And it brings up 2nd down and 14 back from the 35. Remember a week ago, Hayes High tried to get fancy right before halftime through a pick 6. I have no doubt that's in the back of the coaches' minds.
Yeah, what was a 9-0 game was a 16-0 halftime lead for Scott City.
Sheevy left, Ibarra right, double slot, 5 seconds to get this snap off before the clock expires. It's a keeper by Brown, left side, stiff arm at the 35, out to the 40, keeps his head down, and the quarterback will see the flag fly in towards the end of this play, and the Hayes High crowd is already booing. It's a gain of 7 out to the 42-yard line, and Hayes High is going to be called for a penalty, and the coaching staff for Hayes High thought it was a face mask. They're trying to figure out where the face mask penalty was. So Brown is going to pick up 5 to the 40, but then Hayes High is called for a 15-yard penalty back to the 25-yard line. Hayes High is seen a couple of face masks not go their way, and Hayes High does not have to run a play to end the first half.
Yeah, maybe it's best not to.
Well, Brown got a nice run, and Coach Randall Rath wants a word with the near side official. Wants to know why that was a penalty and why there's been 2 face masks that have not been called. And it is a very one-sided conversation. Halftime is here. Hayes and Great Bend are scoreless after one half. And Mike Holliday, we mentioned it before the game, and Coach Randall Rath said it in the pregame show. This team, Hayes High, has to match the physicalness of the other team, and they very much have done that against Great Bend.
They absolutely have. The defense playing so well in the first half and limiting Gage Fritz, the sophomore running back who had over 200 yards last week in that win over Coffeyville, really limiting him. Just doing a nice job defensively. They are flying to the football. They want to win this game. I think that's the biggest thing that I have seen in this first half. 0-0 at halftime. Yeah, that's not necessarily an atypical Great Bend Hayes High game.
They went to a scoreless tie back in 1953. They have overtime now, so
Yep.
This one will be decided one way or the other. It's Hayes High Indian football against Great Bend. It's scoreless at halftime. This is Hayes High Indian football.
Eagle Television High School Sports, brought to you by Service Master Clean of Hayes. From the major accidents to the minor incidents, Service Master Clean of Hayes. Corey, Pam, and the entire staff support the efforts of Hayes High and TMP. Call today 628-6712. Thomas More Prep Marion. Through the dedication of students, parents, teachers, and alumni members, the focus is on Christian values and community awareness. TMP, Worlds of Opportunity, investing for eternity.
Lifetime Dental Care is devoted to helping you, your family, and friends achieve your healthiest and brightest smile. They are now accepting new patients. Call 625-7969 to schedule your appointment. They know every person's dental needs are unique, and that is why they offer you a comprehensive selection of treatment options in a comfortable and caring atmosphere. Dr. Lowe and his dental team want you to enjoy your visit. Lifetime Dental Care, accepting new patients. Call 625-7969 or see them at lifetimedentalcare.com.
Gut Shock Equipment, family owned since 1973. Choose from an incredible selection of products, including Arctic Cat. Stop dreaming, start riding. Always wear a helmet and don't drink and ride. Kurt Staub Agency, your American family insurance agent with locations in Hayes and Ellis. Just the right coverage for wherever your dreams take you. Vernie's Hamburger House. Feed yourself or the whole team with great burgers, milkshakes, and the award-winning onion rings. Marianne, Bonnie, and the staff at Vernie's Hamburger House, 17th and Vine in Hayes. Bacon Rind Appraising Services, the lead provider of real estate valuations for the mortgage lending marketplace. With many years of experience, they have a proven track record. Contact Patty Bacon Rind today. Cross Manufacturing, looking for a few good people to join their team. Apply today. Cross Manufacturing. Home Steel Siding and Windows, making your home or business beautiful. Energy efficient and comfortable with quality products they stand behind. See them online at homesteelsiding.com.
Thank you for choosing the style Classic Quality Body Shop.
Classic Quality Body Shop has had the pleasure of serving this area since 1984. Much like a sports team, Shelton and his team have worked hard, grown together, and followed the playbook of taking care of customers to become one of the most highly regarded body shops in the area. Support your local team, whether on the field or when choosing who you do business with.
Thank you for choosing the style Classic Quality Body Shop.
See their ad in the Next Tech directory.
Steel Fabrications, the Iron Men of Western Kansas. Steel Fabrications. Thirsties, before the game, during the game, and after the game. Enjoy great food and a great atmosphere. Coldwell Banker Executive Realty. At Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, they believe there is nothing more powerful or more important than a home. Call or stop by today for all your real estate needs. Next Tech Wireless, avid supporters of local athletic programs, and have sponsored multiple school events. Are you ready for something different? See Next Tech Wireless. NCK Tech, North Central Kansas Technical College, is dedicated to being a leader in workforce development by maximizing value for students, employers, and communities. Log on to nckTC.edu to see what they can do for you. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, designing and building residential and commercial. Building dreams for over 30 years, Paul Wurtenberger Construction. Insurance Planning Incorporated, insurance for the way you work and live. For business, home, and family. Value the price, remember the service. Insurance Planning, IPI Financial Services, and AgPro Crop Insurance. Offices in Hayes, Great Bend, and Russell. Hayes Chevrolet. They have a huge selection of brand new cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, and a great selection of pre-owned vehicles. See them online today at HayesChevrolet.com.
Good morning.
Everyone in Hayes says you can clean anything, so can you get this tough stain out?
Grape jelly, we can get that out.
Wow, you guys really are good.
Master Cleaners in Hayes offers a variety of services including dry cleaning, alterations, laundry, tuxedo rentals, and free pickup and delivery.
G&L Tire and Automotive. G&L Tire is proud to be voted #1 tire store by the people of Hayes since 2005. They've been a part of the community since 1997 and look forward to seeing you at 201 East 8th in Hayes. Walmart. Save money, live better, Walmart. Whiskey Creek Wood Fire Grill, where the fire's always burning. Whiskey Creek. Leon's Welding and Fabrication. From welding and fabrication to sandblasting and powder coating to supporting the community, you can always count on Leon's Welding and Fabrication. Commerce Bank. Here's the ones that rise to the challenge. Commerce Bank. Commercial Builders. On time, on target, on budget. Commercial Builders. Redeem Designs. Screen print, embroidery, design. Where you'll find better ideas, better designs, better people. Come experience the best. 2204 Vine in Hayes. Redeem Designs. James Motor Company. Proud to serve our hometown athletes. They have an excellent selection of new and used Buick, Cadillac, and GMC vehicles. See the good guys for the best deal around. James Motor Company, 13th and Main in Hayes.
It's a beautiful day in our super high-speed internet great customer service neighborhood. Like you, this is where we live. In fact, our company is employee-owned, so it's our goal to improve the quality of life for everyone in our community by delivering faster, more reliable internet, clearer, more feature-laden phone service, quality TV channels, all with the level of customer service you'd expect from people who are your neighbors. Eagle Communications. Our community connected.
Eagle Television High School Sports, brought to you by Service Master Clean of Hayes. From the major accidents to the minor incidents, Service Master Clean of Hayes. Corey, Pam, and the entire staff support the efforts of Hayes High and TMP. Call today 628-6712. Thomas More Prep Marion. Through the dedication of students, parents, teachers, and alumni members, the focus is on Christian values and community awareness. TMP, Worlds of Opportunity, investing for eternity.
Lifetime Dental Care is devoted to helping you, your family, and friends achieve your healthiest and brightest smile. They are now accepting new patients. Call 625-7969 to schedule your appointment. They know every person's dental needs are unique, and that is why they offer you a comprehensive selection of treatment options in a comfortable and caring atmosphere. Dr. Lowe and his dental team want you to enjoy your visit. Lifetime Dental Care, accepting new patients. Call 625-7969 or see them at lifetimedentalcare.com.
Gut Shock Equipment, family owned since 1973. Choose from an incredible selection of products, including Arctic Cat. Stop dreaming, start riding. Always wear a helmet and don't drink and ride. Kurt Staub Agency, your American family insurance agent with locations in Hayes and Ellis. Just the right coverage for wherever your dreams take you. Vernie's Hamburger House. Feed yourself or the whole team with great burgers, milkshakes, and the award-winning onion rings. Marianne, Bonnie, and the staff at Vernie's Hamburger House, 17th and Vine in Hayes. Bacon Rind Appraising Services, the lead provider of real estate valuations for the mortgage lending marketplace. With many years of experience, they have a proven track record. Contact Patty Bacon Rind today. Cross Manufacturing, looking for a few good people to join their team. Apply today. Cross Manufacturing. Home Steel Siding and Windows, making your home or business beautiful. Energy efficient and comfortable with quality products they stand behind. See them online at homesteelsiding.com.
Thank you for choosing the style classic quality body shop.
Classic Quality Body Shop has had the pleasure of serving this area since 1984. Much like a sports team, Shelton and his team have worked hard, grown together, and followed the playbook of taking care of customers to become one of the most highly regarded body shops in the area. Support your local team, whether on the field or when choosing who you do business with.
Thank you for choosing the style classic quality body shop.
See their ad in the Next Tech directory.
Steel Fabrications, the Ironmen of Western Kansas. Steel Fabrications. Thirsties, before the game, during the game, and after the game. Enjoy great food and a great atmosphere. Coldwell Banker Executive Realty. At Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, they believe there is nothing more powerful or more important than a home. Call or stop by today for all your real estate needs. Next Tech Wireless, avid supporters of local athletic programs, and have sponsored multiple school events. Are you ready for something different? See Next Tech Wireless. NCK Tech, North Central Kansas Technical College, is dedicated to being a leader in workforce development by maximizing value for students, employers, and communities. Log on to ncktc.edu to see what they can do for you. Paul Wurtenberger Construction, designing and building residential and commercial. Building dreams for over 30 years, Paul Wurtenberger Construction. Insurance Planning Incorporated, insurance for the way you work and live. For business, home, and family. Value the price, remember the service. Insurance Planning, IPI Financial Services, and AgPro Crop Insurance. Offices in Hayes, Great Bend, and Russell. Hayes Chevrolet. They have a huge selection of brand new cars, trucks, vans, SUVs, and a great selection of pre-owned vehicles. See them online today at HayesChevrolet.com.
Good morning.
Everyone in Hayes says you can clean anything. So can you get this tough stain out?
Grape jelly, we can get that out.
Wow, you guys really are good.
Master Cleaners in Hayes offers a variety of services including dry cleaning, alterations, laundry, tuxedo rentals, and free pickup and delivery.
G&L Tire and Automotive. G&L Tire is proud to be voted #1 tire store by the people of Hayes since 2005. They've been a part of the community since 1997 and look forward to seeing you at 201 East 8th in Hayes. Walmart. Save money, live better, Walmart. Whiskey Creek Wood Fire Grill, where the fire's always burning. Whiskey Creek. Leon's Welding and Fabrication. From welding and fabrication to sandblasting and powder coating to supporting the community, you can always count on Leon's Welding and Fabrication. Commerce Bank. Here's the ones that rise to the challenge. Commerce Bank. Commercial Builders. On time, on target, on budget. Commercial Builders. Redeem Designs, screen print, embroidery, design, where you'll find better ideas, better designs, better people. Come experience the best. 2204 Vine in Hayes, Redeem Designs. James Motor Company, proud to serve our hometown athletes. They have an excellent selection of new and used Buick, Cadillac, and GMC vehicles. See the good guys for the best deal around. James Motor Company, 13th and Main in Hayes.
It's a beautiful day in our super high-speed internet great customer service neighborhood. Like you, this is where we live. In fact, our company is employee-owned, so it's our goal to improve the quality of life for everyone in our community by delivering faster, more reliable internet, clearer, more feature-laden phone service, quality TV channels, all with the level of customer service you'd expect from people who are your neighbors. Eagle Communications. Our community connected.
Ego Television High School Sports, brought to you by Service Master Clean of Hayes. From the major accidents to the minor incidents, Service Master Clean of Hayes, Corey, Pam, and the entire staff support the efforts of Hayes High and TMP. Call today 628-6712. Thomas More Prep Marion. Through the dedication of students, parents, teachers, and alumni members, the focus is on Christian values and community awareness. TMP, Worlds of opportunity. Investing for eternity.
Lifetime Dental Care is devoted to helping you, your family, and friends achieve your healthiest and brightest smile. They are now accepting new patients. Call 625-7969 to schedule your appointment. They know every person's dental needs are unique, and that is why they offer you a comprehensive selection of treatment options in a comfortable and caring atmosphere. Dr. Lowe and his dental team want you to enjoy your visit. Lifetime Dental Care, accepting new patients. Call 625-7969 or see them at lifetimedentalcare.com.
Gut Shock Equipment, family owned since 1973. Choose from an incredible selection of products, including Arctic Cat. Stop dreaming, start riding. Always wear a helmet and don't drink and ride. Kurt Staub Agency, your American family insurance agent, with locations in Hayes and Ellis. Just the right coverage for wherever your dreams take you. Vernie's Hamburger House. Feed yourself or the whole team with great burgers, milkshakes, and the award-winning onion rings. Marianne, Bonnie, and the staff at Vernie's Hamburger House, 17th and Vine in Hayes. Bacon Rind Appraising Services, the lead provider of real estate valuations for the mortgage lending marketplace. With many years of experience, they have a proven track record. Contact Patty Bacon Rind today. Cross Manufacturing, looking for a few good people to join their team. Apply today. Cross Manufacturing. Home Steel Siding and Windows, making your home or business beautiful. Energy efficient and comfortable with quality products they stand behind. See them online at homesteelsiding.com.
Thank you for choosing the style Classic Quality Body Shop.
Classic Quality Body Shop has had the pleasure of serving this area since 1984. Much like a sports team, Shelton and his team have worked hard, grown together, and followed the playbook of taking care of customers to become one of the most highly regarded body shops in the area. Support your local team, whether on the field or when choosing who you do business with.
Thank you.
I don't know, that music and then the lights going on and off like that, it's kind of a little dance.
It is.
Here we go. Oh, sorry, not the last commercial. We get set for a second half kickoff from Logan Clark. Hayes High, Great Bend scoreless. Each team with 2 full possessions of the first half and each with 1 long possession that ended in a loss of the ball on downs. Of that, 2 long possessions, it took 17 minutes and 29 seconds of the 24 minutes in the first half. Mike Holiday.
Isn't that crazy? 13 plays on Hayes High's initial possession. They got 63 yards and consumed 8 minutes and 56 seconds of that first quarter clock. They only got to the Great Bend 27, and then Great Bend's big second quarter drive, that was a 15-play drive, and that was 8 minutes and 33 seconds. They only got to the Hayes High 17-yard line. So 0-0, a thoroughly entertaining first half for having no score.
Logan Clark had 2 touchbacks a week ago. He has a 15-mile-an-hour wind at his back for this kickoff, his first of the game. It's the only second kickoff of the entire contest so far. We'll get a Hayes Kalon scoreboard update to you here in just a little bit. Logan Clark lines up, takes his approach, and this is a high, short kick. This will land at the 4-yard line, and it's bobbled at the 4. It's going to be picked up by Fritz on the left side. Head of steam to the 20, 21-yard line, and he'll go down there. And Hayes High's pointing that they have the football. They're going to unpile, and Great Bend held onto the football, but Hayes High was able to knock it loose. At halftime, Marysville beating Abilene 22-0. Mays South over McPherson 9-0. Garden City over Castleview 9-0. And right next to halftime, Dodge City beating Wichita South East 26-6. K-Lawn scoreboard update. Call K-Lawn for the green grass you want in the spring, because it starts with spraying in the fall. First down from the 21-yard line for Great Bend. This is their third drive of the game. 2 wide receivers left, 2 to the right, and Gage Fritz to the left of the running back, or to the quarterback, excuse me. That is going to be Dalton Miller. Gets a break of a tackle across the first down marker and ridden out of bounds up the Great Bend sideline. The Great Bend Panther lost his helmet, and that ball goes all the way across the 40. Officially marked out where? At the 39-yard line, gain of 18.
Yeah, one of the biggest gains of this entire game by the Great Bend offense, and Hayes High has to bring that defensive momentum and intensity from the first half to the second half.
It was Dalton Miller who didn't run at all last week. He's been the most effective so far. Handoff, Fritz hit hard and driven backwards. Indian defensive line Logan Schultz stood him up. Trey Van Pelt finished him off, and there on the bottom of the pile is Palmer Hutchison. No gain on the play.
That's what you want. You want those big guys, Van Pelt and Schulte, making the tackles on the little Fritz, who again has not been able to get it going like he did a week ago.
2 left, 2 right. Quick pass, left side, completed. It's along the sideline to Brown, driven out of bounds over there, where Hunter Brown and Dylan Schmidberger combined for the tackle across the 40. Up near the 42-yard line, they mark him down at the 41 officially is where he went out of bounds. A gain of about 3 yards on the play. First catch of the night for Bryce Brown. 3rd down and 5, so they give him 3 on the play. 36 yards passing on 4 of 5 for Brock. He'll take the 3rd down snap, look left the whole way, and it's knocked away, and then over top of the intended receiver, Brown. Great Bend is going to have to punt, and just like the first half, Hayes High got popped in the mouth on a run, and then they tighten up, and they're able to force a punt. Now, does this turn into a punt or a pass? Brock, the last time he went back to punt, ended up having a bad snap turn into a first down pass. Hayes High is not even going to send anybody back to potentially receive this punt. Fritz to the right of the quarterback, Brock. Indians on a hard snap count, don't jump off sides. It would be enough for a first down. Hayes High has got to be disciplined tonight on that line, and this time it is a punt, and it's going to go inside the 20, down towards the 15, roll to the 14-yard line, and that's where it dies. But you got to understand why Hayes High right now, Mike Holliday, is not sending anybody back to return that punt after what was maybe a fake, maybe it wasn't a fake in the first half. Regardless, Brock threw for a first down on 4th and 13.
Yeah, they don't want to get fooled with that again. And I thought he might punt it this time. I think that's kind of a dangerous play, though, for Great Bend. If Hayes High gets in there and blocks that thing, then they'll have excellent field position. As it stands, though, it ended up being a pretty good play for Great Bend and Hayes High's first possession of the second half.
45-yard punt. Here come the Indians right to left from the 19. From the 14-yard line is where the ball is at. Brown under center to the second man through. That's his brother Hayden. He's going to get a yard to the 15. That is not Hayden Brown. That is Keaton Markley, number 7, not number 5. Ball out to the 15. Indians with the wind in the third quarter.
Keaton Markley certainly having his moments in the first half offensively.
He had 35 yards on 5 carries, now at 36 for 6. Hayes High in the first half, 93 yards total, 83 rushing, 10 passing. Great Bend, 95 total yards, 62 rushing, 33 passing. The two teams combined for a total 1 for 8 on 3rd down. Wyatt Sheevy, wide receiver to the left. Power I formation, Brown under center, play action pass. Brown looking over the near sideline, diving catch nearly made by Will Sinnott, just outside of his reach.
Yeah, he's upset that he didn't make that catch. And once again, though, the Hayes High offensive line holding up against the Great Bend pass rush. They have provided a good pocket for Hunter Brown.
The far side official is coming in to talk to the white hat. I do not see a flag on the grounds. Well, whatever it is, apparently there's nothing of ball movement happening. Brown now 1 of 5 passing. and it sets up 3rd down and 9. Hayes High's opening drive of the second half in a scoreless game with Great Bend. Hayes High did not win a conference game a year ago. Great Bend came within an overtime game against Garden City. Play clock down to 5. Hayes High has to hustle up in the power I formation. 3rd and 9, play action. Brown in some trouble, throwing it deep. Sinnott open, and he overshoots him, and it's incomplete, and Hayes High will punt the football. Hunter Brown right now just a little offline with his passes. That's 2 to Will Sinnott, where Sinnott got open both times.
Pressured a little bit on that drop back. You just kind of get the feeling Hunter Brown's going to hit one at some point.
It'll loosen up then that run defense that Great Bend is blitzing on. So 4th and 9, Hayes High 3 and out for the first time tonight. Logan Clark's first punt of the night went 46 yards with the wind. This time he's going to get a fairly nice punt away again. High, Hayes High bounce back to the 37-yard line. Return is going to be by Miller, and he gets decked at the 49. Ball is on the ground. Hayes High may have this football. A scramble for it. Hayes High pointing that they have the ball, checking the pile. Who gets up with the football? The Hayes High Indians do. Chase Browse has the football, and the Indians have it at the Great Bend 49-yard line. First turnover of the game.
And turnovers going against Hayes High last week in that loss to Scott City. Well, they're +1 here tonight against Great Bend, and already in Great Bend territory. Could be thinking 4 downs here, maybe 4-down territory. See what Hayes High could do on first down at the Great Bend 49.
Chase Browse caused a fumble last week. He recovers a fumble. We'll watch film to see who caused it. So Hayes High at the Great Bend 49-yard line. Second drive of the second half. Brown, play action pass, looking down the field, lofting it for Keaton Markley. He can't make the catch, and it's nearly intercepted. Markley had to wait for the football. Hunter needed to put some more arm into that one because Markley had a step on his guy. Hayes High's last 3 plays have been pass attempts, and they each 3 have gone incomplete. Brown now 1 for 7. Hayes High looking to take advantage of the situation. Great Bend fumbles a week ago. Great Bend turned the ball over twice on 2 interceptions. That was their first lost fumble of the season. Their defense, Great Bend, last week forced 4 turnovers, 3 fumbles, and an interception. Graydon Mayfield right, wide receiver left as Hutchison. Indians got to hurry up. 3 seconds on the play clock. Indians got to use a timeout. And an early one in the second half.
Yeah, just like the first half, they had to burn one nice and early.
Indian football is brought to you by Lifetime Dental Care, Coldwell Banker Executive Realty, Thomas More Prep Marion, and Cross Manufacturing. This is a big-time opportunity for the Hayes High Indians. And head coach Randall Rath, he's out talking with the head umpire. Several of the Hayes High Indians came over and were discussing something with the coach. And Coach Rath immediately went out to start talking to the head referee. Hayes High, unfortunately, is also not getting much of their time out here to figure out this play, whatever it is. The referee's now going to go talk to 3 other officials at the line of scrimmage. Whatever it was, Mike Holliday, 3 or 4 of the Indians came over and they were adamant about whatever was going on, and Coach Rath wasted no time to go talk to the official.
Had a couple moments in this game like that.
So the ball at the 49-yard line. Hayes High has to use a timeout for this 2nd and 10 play. They just missed on hitting Markley deep. Palmer Hutchison, wide receiver left. He's picked up there by cornerback Townsend Kurth. Wide receiver right, Graydon Mayfield. Bryce Brown is playing because of an injury at that cornerback spot. 2 slots. Here comes the blitz. Hunter Brown, keeper left side, has a convoy in front of him. Gets to the 40, hit from behind. First down, Hayes High Indians. Great Bend was fooled on the play. Hunter Brown had a convoy and was able to run for the first down. He'll get down inside of the 40, down to the 37-yard line, a gain of 12.
Hunter Brown showing a nice burst, patient run. He got behind his offensive lineman, his blockers, and picks up a crucial first down for Hayes High.
That was on 2nd and 10. You're just thinking, get something out of it, so you set up 3rd and manageable. Clock ticks down to 9 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Neither team has scored in this game. Mason Ibarra, a touchdown catch a week ago, split out to the right against Brown. Hutchison left again in a one-on-one coverage. Handoff, no keeper. Brown again gets to the left side. 35-yard line, pushed out of bounds, just shy of the 30. Again, fakes going right. That's where the whole defense goes. He pivots back to the left, out of bounds at the 31 on a gain of 6.
Missed tackle by Max Jerky, the 150-pound senior for Great Bend. And a nice first down gain by Hunter Brown. Finding a little something on the ground now.
Here comes Graydon Mayfield with the play from the sideline. Logan Clark starting to stretch on the sideline as well. Indians last week did not attempt a field goal nor an extra point. 8:45 to go. Play clock is down to 7 seconds in this third quarter. Power I formation. Brown under center. Handoff is going to go to Sinnott. Flag on the play, and the Indians had Great Bend set up. Sinnott had the football. The Indians had Schoendaler and Blackman pulling and ahead of the line, and it's now the referee just said it was offsides on Hayes High. That's a odd call unless they just lined up completely offsides, but usually you see an illegal procedure called on that. So that essentially wipes off the first down run from Hunter Brown. It backs the ball up to the 36, second down and 9. And again, Hayes High so close to breaking that. Sinnott had the ball, and he had 2 offensive linemen in front of him, and he was getting ready to truck down the field. So Ibarra back out to the right side again. Power I formation. Indians on 2nd and 9. Here comes the blitz. Handoff goes to Sinnott. Sinnott cuts it back, and he gets about a step away from breaking it loose. It was the same play. Great Bend, though, sent an extra guy. Ball down to the 32-yard line. And it's a gain of 4 on the play. Hayes High may be in 4-down territory, maybe just outside the range of Logan Clark, even though the wind would be at his back, and the wind has picked up at the north end of the stadium just a little bit. It was a gain of 4 for Sinnott. 3 carries, 4 yards tonight. 3rd down and 5 for the Hayes High Indians. They're 1 for 5. Keeper Brown, left side, stiff arm, 30. He stiff armed the guy down into the ground, gets close to the first down marker, out at the 28. He's going to be a yard short of the first down.
Nice stiff arm, doesn't he?
Oh, man.
Stiff arm right to the helmet, picking up a couple of extra yards.
4th and 1 for Hayes High, and right now they leave the offense on the field. Offensive line's got to get big. Dante Blackman, Kyler Kinke, Trey Van Pelt, Colton Schoendaler, and Logan Schulte need to get big on this play. Play clock down to 13 as the huddle breaks. Van Pelt to the ball. Ibarra tight end right. They're going to go with the double slot. Center to the right, and on the left side is going to be Markley. Quarterback keeps straight up the middle, no problem. Gain of 3 down to the 25-yard line. Indians convert for a first down on a 4th down for the first time in the game and the season.
This is the deepest possession that Hayes High has had into Great Bend territory this evening, and that includes that 13-play initial drive where they got down to the 27.
Hayes High started this drive on the 49-yard line of Great Bend because of the fumbled punt return by the Panthers, recovered by Chase Browse. Mayfield right, tight end left. It's going to be a counterplay to Sinnott, and he's wrapped up and dropped in the backfield. There to make the tackle, Blake Penka forced 2 fumbles for the Panthers a week ago. That play loses 4 yards back to the 29-yard line.
Pinka read that well. He's been relatively quiet in this game, but a big tackle there for the Panthers.
Hayes High trying to get Sinnott in some space. He has carried the ball 4 times. His net is 0 yards. Time-consuming drive once again, especially when you back it up with what was a 3-and-out and a punt earlier. Sinnott splits out right. Markley left, and now in the backfield is Palmer Hutchison. Now he has to sprint to the left side. He gets on the line of scrimmage. Play clock at 3. Markley in motion, and a penalty. And the far side official says false start, Hayes High. Well, that was doomed from the get. Hayes High had guys trying to figure out where to go, and it sets up now 2nd down and 19. All backed up to the 34.
Yeah, for this offense, it's just so difficult to convert 2nd and 3rd and longs.
Hayes High Indian football brought to you by Thirsties, Paul Wartenberger Construction, Service Master Clean of Hayes, Master Cleaners, and Steel Fabrications. And here we go. Hayes High needs to pick up a chunk on 2nd down and 19 from the 34. 2 left, 1 right for the Rare shotgun for Brown, puts Markley in motion, fakes the ball to him, now runs an option that way, gets a little bit of a lane, cuts back, gets inside the 30, and he's able to get his way down to about the 28-yard line where he gets stacked up and driven back. So they get a chunk of the yards on third down. It sets up 4th and long. Does Hayes High send out Logan Clark to kick on what would be about a 45-yard field goal? As of right now, Graydon Mayfield's going to bring a play onto the field for third down. I'm sorry, it's 3rd down and 13 from the 28-yard line, a gain of 6 on the run. So they have a little bit more time to work the football than I said. That was a gain of 6. Hunter Brown up to 57 yards rushing. 2 wide receivers now, 3 wide receivers to the left for the Indians. Brown, shotgun. He's going to fake left. Now look to throw. Looks for the end zone. Going for Hutchison. He tips it up in the air and can't get it. Good defensive coverage as well by Townsend Kurth. Indians went for the home run ball and couldn't quite throw it to the corner of the end zone deep enough. Hutchison made a nice play to come back for the football. Incomplete. Indians have misfired on their last 7 attempts. Hayes High looks like right now they may go for it on 4th and 13 from the 28. Scoreless game. Logan Clark wakes on the sideline there with tee in hand. But right now he is going to stay on the sideline. You're looking right now at about a 45-yard field goal. 5:50, clock stop, 3rd quarter. Mason Ibarra, wide receiver to the right. Indians seem confused right now. Play clock down to 7. 3 wide receivers to the left side. Shotgun snap. Brown to throw. Under some pressure. Throws down the middle. It is caught. Touchdown. Keaton Markley. 4th and 13. And the Indians hit it from 28 yards out. Hayes High takes a 6-0 lead. Hunter Brown stood in the pocket, chucked it deep, and a diving catch by Keaton Markley gives Hayes High the first points of the game with 5:45 to go in the 3rd quarter.
Oh, and Hunter Brown had to be patient. He knew that he was going to be under pressure, knew he was going to be hit, stood tall in that pocket, and what a pass and catch. Hayes High draws first blood in the 3rd quarter of this game.
Logan Clark's first extra point of the season is up. It is good, and the Hayes High Indians have a touchdown through the air for the 2nd time this year. The first one that is off the hands of Hunter Brown. That went for 28 yards. A year ago, Hayes High scored 4 touchdowns on 4th downs during the season. This time they hit Keaton Markley on 4th and 13, a 28-yard pass. Hayes High on that drive, Mike Holliday, converted on 4th down 2 different times, 4th and 1 and then 4th and 13.
Boy, and that drive didn't look pretty, but it consumed, 10-play drive as it turned out, 49 yards in that 28-yard touchdown pass. Brown to Markley, and they have found some things that work against this Great Bend defense. Even before they scored, this Hayes High offense looks completely different than it did a week ago against Scott City.
It's the little things, and Coach Randall Rath talked about it in the pregame show. He said, when we went shotgun, there was times where Scott City's line and linebackers were at the offensive line's heels before Brown could do anything with the football. He didn't have a lot of time because of the blitz on that throw, but enough. And that easily was his best throw of the night, too.
And the offensive line has held up, and we've talked about that group a lot tonight, and they have held up so well this evening. Much better than they did against Scott City.
So the Indians take advantage of the turnover. The kickoff is going to go into the end zone for a touchback from Logan Clark, his 3rd of the year. That Hayes High touchdown adds $25 to the Athletic Booster Club, donated by Horizon Appliance and Electronics. TVs, appliances, Traeger grills, and Tempur-Pedic bedding open 7 days a week. 1301 East 27th Street in Hayes. Well, somebody had to score eventually. It's the Hayes High Indians. The fumble on the punt return by Great Bend gave the Hayes High Indians the ball at the 49. Back-to-back offensive possessions, and now Great Bend with the ball at their own 20. Really, it's technically their 3rd drive of the 2nd half, but they didn't run an offensive play on the 2nd. 4 wide receivers for Coy Brock. It's going to hand off to Fritz. Fritz gets bottled up, but then his offensive line behind who else? 6'8", 305-pound left tackle Aaron Clark just keeps driving forward for 5 yards. That's Aaron Clark being bigger than everybody else on the field and multiple of everybody else on the field.
And for Great Bend, we'll see if they dish out a healthy dose of Gage Fritz.
That first play went to him. This is a play-action pass. It goes right side to Brown. Brown is slung down to the turf. Flag on the play. Hayden Brown with a great tackle, and it's going to be a penalty against the Great Bend Panthers. It looks like Ty Esfeld, the wide receiver, is going to be called for a penalty. It's a wide receiver screen, and the safety, Hayden Brown, that took a healthy shot in the ribs last week, has been able to play so far, and the officials come over. They point. They want to know from Coach Randall Rath if they want the result of the play, which would result in 3rd and 4, or back them up for another down at 2nd down. They're trying to communicate that all the way across the field. Some 35, 40 yards away, and they're going to back up the Panthers, and that's the right decision. It's going to be a holding penalty against Great Bend. Their 5th penalty of the night, 1st of the second half. So Brown's tackle won't go into the stat sheet, but it was well done. 3 wide receivers left. Joining them is Corbin Whittaker, 145-pound junior in for the first time. Indians 4-down lineman. Handoff is going to go to Fritz. He gets driven down and tackled in the backfield. Tackle made by the Hayes High Indians. Dante Blackman, the tackle for loss, all the way back at the 14-yard line.
Senior showing up big. He's not a huge defensive end, 181-pound senior, but a nice tackle there on Fritz. Coffeyville could do nothing to stop Gage Fritz last week. Hayes High playing so well defensively against the sophomore back.
3rd down and 16. Great Bend is 0 for 4 on 3rd down. Brock rolls out, looks down the field, and it is incomplete. Flag on the play. Hunter Brown got tripped up with the wide receiver, Dalton Beaker. Honestly, they're running stride for stride.
Their feet got caught up.
The officials will get together and talk, but they're not going. Well, here we go. Now they're going to get together and talk. Hunter Brown never put his hands out. The two are running, and now another flag comes out. Boy, is Hayes High going to pick up 30 yards of penalties on this? Well, you hope they're not going to pick up a unsportsmanlike conduct after the penalty. Now, what's also frustrating about that is even if it's a 15-yard penalty, it's not an automatic first down in high school football. It was 3rd and 16, so it still would have been 3rd and 1. But as the second penalty hurt, now Hayes High's pointing towards Great Bend on the second one. Ineligible man down the field by Great Bend. Pass interference on Hayes High. The penalties will offset, and we will redo 3rd and 16.
Oh,
and
good
then
deal.
Unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Hayes High. And now the official says that's a first down, but that's only 15 yards to the 16 they would need for the first down.
All sorts of things going on here that the officials have to sort out.
You have to keep your wits about you. And apparently somebody said something.
Yeah, you're right. In a game like this, you just
And it's going to be 3rd down. The official initially signaled first, and that's not the case in high school football. So 3rd and 1 instead of 3rd and 16. What ends up happening is the first 2 penalties offset. Hayes High gets called for a 15-yard penalty. Their 4th penalty of the night, 1st of the second half. 3rd and 1. Handoff goes to Fritz. He gets hit. He gets driven down. I don't think he's going to get there. He needed to get to the 30 and gets taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain. Hayes High in the backfield again. What does Great Bend do in this 7-0 game from their own 29? Remember, the quarterback, Brock, is also the punter.
With 4:07, 4:02 now left in the 3rd quarter, you got to kick this.
From their own 29-yard line, Indians hold on the hard snap count. Now Brock looks over to his head coach, Aaron Beck, and they'll take a timeout. Play clock down to 5. Great Bend is unsure as what to do from their own 29-yard line. The smart football play, you would feel, is to punt the football away, but Great Bend is feeling a little uneasy about things right now.
Well, they really are, and they have not had a whole lot happen for them offensively all night. But I would think at the 29-yard line, their own, you've got to kick this ball.
It's about a half a yard to go for it on fourth down. They're 2 for 3 on fourth down, all from the first half. On 4th and 13, 4th and 2, 4th and 8, and all of those were on that 15-play drive. Indian football is brought to you by Insurance Planning Incorporated, Gottschalk Equipment, Hayes Chevrolet, and Walmart. It's guts time, Mike Holliday.
It is, and Hayes High has played with a lot of guts on the defensive side of the ball. Once again, stopping Fritz right at the line of scrimmage. 4th and 1.
Brock is the quarterback and the punter. 4 wide receivers, 2 left, 2 right. Here comes Brock under center. He's just going to tap the center, try to go up the middle, and he's going to get the first down. Hayes High worked on that play during the practice this week. They knew exactly what was coming, and you could see the linebackers. They read it. They knew what the coaches said. They got right up on the line of scrimmage, but Brock realized it himself. He picks up a yard to the left side, and Great Bend has a new set of downs at the 30. He got exactly what he needed. Now the ball left side, watch out. There's a big hole up to near the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards on first down. The ball was carried by the quarterback, Coy Brock. I did not see him actually with the ball there. Gain of 9 for Brock, a rare run for him tonight, just his 4th. He's carried it the last 2 times. Quick snap, handoff, Fritz straight up the middle, and he gets tripped up. First down to the 45, but that 4th down conversion right now, Great Bend feeling it. 3:05 to go, third quarter, Hayes up 7-0.
Yeah, talk about guts, and that is their own 29-yard line, going for it on 4th and converting it and keeping this drive alive for the Panthers.
Ball to the 45 of Hayes High. Great Bend converts on 4th down for a 3rd time tonight. 3 for 4. Indians, 4 down linemen. 2 linebackers waiting for Fritz. There's the handoff to him. He gets hit, then he gets dropped. But he gets into Hayes High territory at about the 49-yard line. 2 fresh defensive linemen come in. Kyler Kinke, Chase Browse. Trey Van Pelt will come out. So will Logan Schulte. Great Bend trying to go quick. Hayes High's got to get their players off the field. That was a gain of 6 for Gage Fritz. Play action pass. It's caught over on the left side. Picked up by Dalton Beaker. The ball will go from the 48-yard line down to the 42-yard line and a gain of 6.
Great Bend feeling it now on offense and going tempo. Hayes High barely has time to get set.
5 for 6 for Brock. Handoff Fritz left side, and he gets slung down by the waist, but he's starting to get down the field a little bit more. This time he gets inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line behind the block of Caden Schroeder, the center. Fritz down to the 39-yard line. That was a gain of 3, his 16th carry of the night. Hayes High leads, but Great Bend threatening to score after converting on 4th and a half a yard from their own 29-yard line. 4 wide receivers for Brock. Great Bend taking some time now. Fritz to the left side of the quarterback instead of the right. It's going to be a handoff to Fritz, and he gets hit at the line of scrimmage. Maybe picks up a half a yard, but the Indians get in there. Palmer Hutchison, you talk about a picture-perfect tackle, wrapped his arms around both legs. Mike Holliday, you like a good double-leg takedown, don't you?
A good double-leg takedown on a really good wrestler, and Gage Fritz. So maybe Hutchinson ought to join the Hayes High wrestling team. That was a good takedown.
3rd down from just inside the 39-yard line. We'll call it 3rd down and 7. Great Bend is 0 for 5 on 3rd downs tonight, including 0 for 1 on this drive. Half of the receivers weren't watching the ball. I think that was the decoy, and now a flag comes on the play. Hayes High is going to pick up 15 yards for roughing the passer. Second 15-yard penalty on this drive. And now Great Bend offensive line gets a warning from the official. Indians stopped the 3rd down run. It would have been 4th and 2. 15 yards onto the end of the run.
Some of the mistakes that Hayes High made in 2016, they are now making in this game. They're up 7-0. Really need to keep their composure. That happened well after the play, that late hit.
Ball down to the 19. Hayes High had the stop. It would have been 4th down, about 2.5 yards. Fritz hops to the right side of Coy Brock. Indians leading 7-0. They bring the blitz. It's a play action. It's a keeper by Brock. Brock to the near side, and he's going to get shoved out of bounds. How about a block in the back? My goodness. The Hayes High Indians now have a hurt player, and Hayes High is going to pick up another 15 yards. This is well-deserved. The Indians have a hurt player because Dylan Schmidberger got shoved in the back with absolutely no call.
Wow.
You have got to make that call.
Wow, wow, wow.
Brock runs for 30 yards, all because of an illegal block in the back that was not called. And then Hayes High with an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
And right in front of the officials.
2 face masks were missed in the first half. And now Great Bend has the ball in the red zone. They lost it on downs in the first half. Hayes High leading 7-0, and this is starting to feel like a rivalry game with the ball at the 8. 1st and goal. Hayes High feels like they're getting the short end of some calls right now, and I'm having a hard time disagreeing with them. 3 wide receivers left. Great Bend seems confused as to what the call is. Quarterback Coy Brock, hands up in the air, play clock down to 10, 1 wide receiver over to the right. Fritz is the running back. Brock is going to keep. It's a keeper all the way left side. He's going to get to the 5 and then get driven down to the turf. Hayes High gang tackling, and there's a Great Bend Panther jumping on the pile late at the end. We're starting to get some bad blood between the Panthers and the Indians. 35 seconds to go in the third quarter. Brock picks up 3 yards down to the 5. 2nd and goal, 30 seconds to go in the quarter.
Schmidberger, the trainers are working on him on the sideline, and he seems to be walking it off a little bit.
Great Bend goes big. 2 extra backs in the backfield, including Brock Blessing. It's a quarterback sneak. He gets hit, gets through the first initial tackle, taken down right at the goal line. The officials confer no signal.
I don't think he got there.
And the officials are going to mark him down short. Hayes High had Brock short of the end zone. The ball is a yard shy. 4 yards by Brock. 3rd and goal from the 1-yard line. Great Bend is 0 for 6 on 3rd downs tonight, and that's the end of the third quarter. 7-0 Great Bend, but the 7-0 Hayes High, but the Panthers are a yard away from tying this thing up. We're back in a minute. This is Hayes High Indian football. You've got to make that call.
Yeah. Caps it off with that less than 1 yard touchdown run.
7-7.
Well, what do you expect in a rivalry game? You want it to be close, or you expect it to be close anyway, and this one has not disappointed.
Hayes High was penalized 48 yards on that drive.
Wow. And the big play on that drive, one of the big plays, was that 4th down conversion at Great Bend's own 29.
14 plays. They had a 15-play drive earlier in the game. Hayes High will be with the wind in their face for the remainder of this game, and now they got to respond on offense. Hayes High put together a drive on the previous time they had the ball for a touchdown.
14-play, 5-minute and 49-second drive, and Great Bend gets on the scoreboard for the first time tonight.
On a drive that started back at the 20-yard line after the Logan Clark touchback. Franco to kick off. This is going to be a line drive, and there is no shot at a return for this one. That hits the back line of the end zone. So Hayes High will start from their own 20 in a 7-all ball game. Great Bend has all 3 of their timeouts. Hayes High with 2 timeouts remaining. There's Dylan Schmidberger back out onto the field. He of the non-called block in the back. I guess it's technically not illegal block in the back if it goes uncalled.
I guess not.
Indians left to right. Graydon Mayfield, wide receiver right. They'll send Palmer Hutchison tight end left. Power I formation. Keaton Markley, Willie Sinnott, Dylan Schmidberger in the backfield. Brown under center. It's going to be a handoff to Sinnott. Tries to come near side. 20-yard line, stretches for the 24. Takes a hit and goes down.
I got to tell you, Dustin, I really like this 1-2 punch of Markley and Sinnott. They're not big backs, but 164 pounds Markley and Sinnott just 143 pounds. They have some shiftiness to them, though. They've done a good job in that backfield tonight. That's a pretty good gain on first down.
Mason Ibarra, wide receiver right. 2 wide receivers left. Sinnott and Hutchison, Indians left to right, 2nd and 6 from the 24-yard line. Straight I formation. It's going to be an option play. It's going to be Brown looking, now giving it to Markley. Markley first down 30 and taken down hard as he hits the sideline. Great option ran by Markley and by the quarterback, Hunter Brown, because you have to get both guys in the right position. That's a first down at the 33-yard line.
There's the 2 punch to the 1 punch of Sinnott. Keaton Markley with the first down run. And Hayes High has things working again offensively.
That's a 10-yard run. 46 yards on the night so far for Keaton Markley. Ball up to the 34. 7-all ball game, split wide receivers. Great Bend shows blitz. They do not bring the blitz. It's a keeper by Brown. Brown 40-yard line, 45 midfield, Great Bend territory, and he's pushed out of bounds as he gets down to the Great Bend 41-yard line is the Indians' best run of the night.
And Hunter Brown should have been hit right at the line of scrimmage. Fought through a couple of arm tackles for a big gain. And Hayes High into Great Bend territory now. A 7-7 fourth quarter ball game.
It is the biggest run of the year for Hayes High. A 25-yard gallop by Hunter Brown. 11 minutes to go in the contest. 7-all, ball left side, ball left hash. Wide receiver left side is Palmer Hutchison. Tight end right, Mason Ibarra. Great Bend crowds the line. Handoff on the counter to Willie Sinnott. He drops his head, gets to the 40, and that's going to be about it. That play allowed to go a little while after Sinnott's forward progress was stopped. Ball down to the Great Bend 40-yard line. It is just 5 yards for Will Sinnott on 6 carries. It's been a tough road for him to sled tonight. Indian football is brought to you by American Family Insurance agent Kurt Staub, Bernie's Hamburger House, Commercial Builders, Bacon Run Appraising Services, and G&L Tire and Automotive. Great Bend scores after Hayes High scored. The Indians scored on 4th and 13, a 28-yard touchdown pass from Hunter Brown to Keaton Markley. Great Bend responded with a half-yard touchdown plunge. Hayes High's got to hurry up. Play clock is down to 4. Power I formation. Brown under center. He's going to look for the counter. No, he's going to keep it himself. The play blowing up, but Brown keeps it alive and gets it back to the line of scrimmage. Boy, that's again a face mask, a hand on the face mask. You hear the crowd yelling for it. And Hayes High 3rd down and 9. 0 for 3 in the second half. 1 for 7 in the game on 3rd down. Are the Indians in 4-down territory in a 7-all game, or do you look at punting it away? First, you see what happens on 3rd and 9. 9:40 remaining in the game. Neither team scoring through the first half. Now 7-all in the fourth quarter. Split wide receivers, double slot. Schmidberger, the fullback, is going to be Brown following his blocker to the right. Gets an angle, gets the 35-yard line, and gets crushed at the 35. Gain of 5, and Hunter Brown is a little slow to get up along with a couple of Great Bend Panthers. Brown is still trying to get up. A gain of 5, 4th and 4 on the way.
Now that certainly makes this an easier call for Coach Randall Rath.
Play clock hasn't started yet. It's giving Hunter Brown and Keaton Markley saying, hey, somebody's getting a hold of my shoulder pad and whipping me around. This has been a physical game. There's been a lot of penalties, but there's a lot that each side feels like has gone uncalled. Inside 9 minutes to go in the game. 7-all. Hayes High lines up to go for it on 4th down and 4 from the 35-yard line. They are 2 for 3 on 4th down, and Great Bend jumps off sides. Hayes High will receive a free first down on Great Bend's 6th penalty of the night.
Second time that Great Bend has jumped off sides, too.
Great hard count by the Hayes High quarterback, Hunter Brown. New set of downs at the 30 for the Hayes High Indians, 7-all. Clock rolls at 8:40.
Yeah, coach's son, he knows how to work it a little bit.
I think they've practiced that at home a couple of times.
I bet they have, yeah.
From the 30, wide receiver left, Sennett now comes slot right. I formation outside of that. It's going to be an option play. Brown gets a block to the left side, trying to beat the corner, 30, down to the 25-yard line and driven out of bounds. Keaton Markley, the running back, got out in front to block. Gain of 5 on first down to the 25-yard line. Indians 7-all with the ball, 8:18 to go, fourth quarter.
Man, Hunter Brown is tough, and this offense will take a 5-yard gain on first down all night.
92 yards on 16 carries for Hunter Brown. The Hayes High Indians last week had 45 yards rushing in the game and 120 total offense, and 23 of that came on a wide receiver pass. Play clock is down to 10. Hayes High is going to have to hustle up again. Mason Ibarra sprints out right along with Will Sennett. Palmer Hutchison left. Play clock down to 5. Slot to the left is Markley. Brown under center. It's going to be a handoff to, nope, Brown's going to keep, and he's going to get inside of the 25-yard line. Gets a yard and a half, almost 2. Third down, very manageable. We'll call it 3rd and 4 for Hayes High.
We get a little anxious when that play clock gets down to 5 seconds, but Hunter Brown, nice and calm. It's like they try to milk that play clock as long as they can.
3rd and 3. It's 3rd and 3 in like the length of a football. Hayes High has not converted on a 3rd down in this second half. Just 1 all game. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. I formation. Hunter Brown hands it off to Schmidberger. First down, and he blows through a tackle and goes down at the 15-yard line. Brown had been pulling that ball. That time he gives it to the senior fullback and gets a first down at the 15 on a gain that gives the Indians a first down for the first time in the second half on 3rd down.
Fun watching Dylan Schmidberger play football, too. He loves the game, and, man, he runs hard.
That was a gain of 8 for Dylan Schmidberger, his first carry of the second half. He had a bum shoulder all week. He barely wore his pads this week. I asked him the other day, on Thursday, you good to go? And he said, yep, I'm playing Friday night. I formation, handoff, Hunter Brown. Actually, he ran into his brother, pitched back to Markley. Boy, that thing went disastrous. Keaton Markley caught the pitch that was behind him. Hayden Brown was the backup fullback. He ended up running into Hunter Brown, and the Indians are going to lose 2 yards. They're lucky that's all it was.
Well, and lucky they didn't turn the ball over. Markley had to make kind of an acrobatic save on that pitch.
The ball back to the 17-yard line. This is the Indians' first red zone trip of the year. Their touchdown from earlier came from the 28-yard line. Last week it came from the 23-yard line. Play clock down to 10. Hutchison right. Mayfield right. Hutchison left. It's going to be quarterback keep. Hunter Brown, 15-yard line. Gets to the 5. He powers for the end zone. Touchdown! Hayes High Indians! Hunter Brown lowered his head, got some help from behind, and he's in from 17 yards out. It's the Indians' first rushing touchdown of the season. 13-7. Hayes High with a 6-point lead pending the extra points.
Hunter Brown has taken over this game. He put the Hayes High offense on his shoulders, and he willed himself into the end zone. What a run by the senior quarterback.
Indians back-to-back possessions with touchdowns. Extra point coming up from Logan Clark. Low snap held by Brown. Kick is on the way. Clark is true, and the Hayes High Indians have a 14-7 lead with 6:31 to go in the game. Hayes High and Great Bend did not score until there was 5:45 to go in the third quarter. They have scored on every possession since.
That was a 12-play, 80-yard touchdown drive, 17-yard Hunter Brown touchdown run. And the best part of that drive, Dustin, is that was an answer to the Great Bend touchdown.
Hayes High has scored on drives of 10 plays and 12 plays. They had a 13-play drive earlier that got stalled, and that touchdown adds $25 to the Athletic Booster Club, donated by Horizon Appliance and Electronics, TVs, appliances, Traeger grills, and Tempur-Pedic bedding. Open 7 days a week, 1501 East 27th Street in Hayes. For Hunter Brown, first rushing touchdown of the year. It is the 8th of his career. This is the team that Coach Randall Rath envisioned this season.
Yeah, Well, I think we are also finding out that Scott City's pretty good.
I was thinking the exact same thing. They were tied with Holcomb at halftime tonight, 14-14.
Holcomb state champions 2 years ago, made it to the sub-state round of 4A Division II a season ago.
So Logan Clark will kick off. Now he has to kick off into the wind for the first time tonight. It's not a strong wind anymore, but it'll do a number. Dalton Miller back at the 10-yard line, along with the ever-dangerous Gage Fritz. Clark addresses the football. It is a high, signed-widening kick. Fritz will let it bounce. It takes a Hayes High bounce. It's a live football, and Fritz has to bounce on it at the 20. That is like a great wedge shot that you put close to the pin and let it back up into it. Good way to eliminate the return. So it's just like a touchback as it goes down at the 20. 6.5 to go. Hayes High leads 14-7 over Great Bend in the opening game of Western Athletic Conference play.
Yeah, that's great for Hayes High. Keep it out of Fritz's hands, especially on a kickoff return.
2 right, 2 left for the wide receivers. Fritz to the left, the quarterback. Coy Brock gets a keeper by the quarterback. He gets a pretty good hole, and then it closes quickly as he picks up 3 yards. Hayes High there to make the tackle. Hayden Brown comes up to pop quarterback Coy Brock. It's a gain of 4 up to the 24-yard line. Coy Brock carried the ball 2 times in the first half, now 6 times in the second half. He has 29 yards rushing. Ball out to the 24. Handoff, Fritz. Watch out, big hole. He gets slowed down at the first down marker, then breaks the containment, and Keaton Markley has to make a touchdown-saving tackle at the 43-yard line, gain of 19.
He is just so difficult to bring down, is Fritz. Now, Hayes High has hit him at the line of scrimmage several times tonight, but he finds a little crease or gets out in the open field. He is tough to catch and tough to bring down.
And now an official's timeout. Will Sinnott is down with cramps. He tried to run off the field, and the officials went ahead and blew the clock dead because he was hobbling trying to get there, and at least that's what it looks like. It looks like he's reaching down to his right calf. He'll hop up, but the officials recognizing that he was actually not trying to stop Great Bend. That was a case of bad cramps. Warm day today. In fact, about as warm as what these two teams would have had all camp. And now through the second week of the season, it was 85 degrees at kickoff, 89 earlier in the day. So the clock stops at the 43-yard line. Great Bend reels off a run of 19 yards by Gage Fritz on that previous run. That's his best run since he opened the game with a 21-yard scamper that Great Bend then eventually had to punt the football away. Indian football brought to you by Whiskey Creek, Home Steel Siding and Windows, Next Tech Wireless, Redeem Designs, and NCK Tech.
And those cramps are not fun. Those are pretty darn painful. I think that's what Dylan Schmidberger had earlier in this half as well. He's been back in the game since going to the sideline.
Tavian Kramer will come in at the left cornerback position. Hayden Brown is over as the left safety, so a couple of sophomores that way. Does Great Bend try to take advantage? They're going to put Dalton Miller into the backfield now. Fritz comes out of the game. 2 right, 2 left for Coy Brock on 1st and 10 from the 43. Indians up by a touchdown, and the ball goes through the hands of the quarterback all the way back inside of the 25-yard line. Hayes High has the football from just inside the 35. It's going to be recovered by Chase Browse, his second fumble recovery of the night, and the Hayes High Indians have the ball with 5:48 remaining.
It is just so nice to see Hayes High, the turnovers going in their favor for a change. We'll see if they can maybe put this game away offensively, but things going the way of the Hayes High Indians tonight.
The ball ended up back at the 34-yard line. It ended up as a loss of 8 for Great Bend, and then Chase Browse with his second fumble recovery of the night. Caused one a week ago, got a sack. Oh, the junior stepped up in a big way. Hayes High with the football, leading by 7. Ball security big. Keeper by Brown, and Brown's going to pick up yards to the 35, but flag on the play at the line of scrimmage. This may be coming back against the Indians. The last thing you needed was to give Great Bend any sort of reprieve.
Well, that's right. At the very least, move into field goal territory. You got a good field goal kicker, but don't back yourself up with penalties.
The official comes the way of the home side because they'll need to make the call. The ball's been picked up and brought back to the original line of scrimmage. We still do not have any word on what the penalty is. Chop block, Hayes High, that's 15. First and 25. Indians' 8th penalty of the night.
That is a big one.
They have had 5 15-yard penalties tonight. One of them went for 7.5 yards because of half the distance to the goal line. Sheevy left, Mason Ibarra way out to the right side for this 1st and 25 play from the 49. Brown wants to keep, and he gets dropped inside of Hayes High territory. Great Bend is firing off the ball now. Loss of 3 on the first down run.
This is a situation now where you just don't turn the ball over. Don't lose control of the ball.
Great Bend has turned it over twice in the second half. The fumble recovery on a punt return by Hayes High. And then the ball went through the quarterback's hands. Coy Brock and Chase Browse beat him to it. Hayes High trying to burn some time off this clock as well. Inside 5 to go. Indians up 14-7, but it's 2nd and 28 now from their own 48-yard line. Brown is going to throw, has some time, rolls out to his right, looks down the field, intercepted, taken away by Dalton Miller, and he gets dropped. Indians' first turnover, and the Hayes High Indians give the ball to Great Bend near midfield for Dalton Miller, 2nd interception of the season.
Well, the way Hayes High was backing themselves up, that's what the fans were saying. Just don't turn the ball over. And Hunter Brown throws an interception. Great Bend with excellent field position at their own 48.
Interception puts Great Bend back in business. It's the Indians' first turnover of the night. Indians are going to use a timeout. They need to stop the momentum of the Panthers, and right now they feel like the way to do that is to go ahead and use their second timeout of the second half. Indian football brought to you by Commerce Bank, James Motor Company, Leon's Welding and Fabrication, and Eagle Communications, and guarantee nobody feels worse about that than quarterback Hunter Brown. It's his 2nd interception of the season. He's coming over from the left cornerback side and visibly upset with himself.
Yeah, just didn't see the defender, it didn't look like, on that interception.
It was 1st and 10, and you take this back, and yes, you did just throw the interception, but it was 2nd and 28. Hayes High picked up 4 yards on first down following the fumble, but a chop block backed it up 15 yards. Loss of 3 on the next one. A week ago, Hayes High really took the momentum out of their own sail by a penalty after a big run. And Hayes High, you hope, didn't do the same thing again here. Brown brothers to the left is cornerback and safety. Markley and Tavian Kramer to the right side. Indians have players all over the field dealing with cramps right now. 3 of them out of the game with cramps. Handoff goes to Fritz. Notice keeper by Brock. Big hole, 40-yard line. That's a great fake. I thought Fritz had the football. So did most of the Hayes High Indians. And the ball down inside of the 40-yard line, down to about the 38, down to the 37. It's a gain of 15 for Coy Brock, who's starting to find his way. Handoff Fritz left side, and the defense a little slower to get to him because of that last fake. The ball down to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 3 for Fritz.
And also because Great Bend goes a little more up-tempo offensively, starting to run their plays a little faster.
Indians need to get a big stop. They got it, then they turned it back over. Handoff Fritz right up the middle. He's going to get dropped shy of the 30 at the 31. 3rd down on a 3-yard run. Fritz now 21 carries, 84 yards. Ball at the 31. That's going to make it 3rd down in 4-down territory for the Panthers. 3rd down, we'll call it 4 from the 31. Brock 2 right, 2 left for the wide receivers. Hands it off to the running back Fritz, and he gets hit hard on a second hit, just shy of the 25, but it's enough for a 1st down on a gain of 6.
Dylan Schmidberger in on that stop for Hayes High. Hard hit, so he's feeling pretty good now after dealing with cramps earlier in the half.
Will Sinnott still on the sidelines. That means Kramer's the cornerback to the near side, Brown to the left side as they swap positions. It's going to be a keeper by Brock. Stiff arm gets him away from the defender, and then he's wrestled out of bounds by Hunter Brown. Also over there to make the tackle is Hayden Brown. Good job by the Indians to corral Brock for a 1-yard loss.
Yeah, this defense just kept stringing him out, getting him closer and closer to the sideline. So no gain or maybe even a slight loss on first down.
2nd and 11, they'll call it from the 26-yard line. Brock with his running back Fritz to the right. Sophomore running back, over 200 a week ago. Does he get the handoff here? He does. Straight up the middle, breaks containment, and then he gets dropped. Coming up and drilling him is Keaton Markley, but it's enough to set up 3rd down and short for the Panthers. They just converted on 3rd and 4. They have 3rd and 2. From the 17-yard line, gain of 9 for Fritz. He's at 99 yards on 23 carries. Indians lead 14-7. Now the quarterback comes right up underneath the center. He tries to go over the right side. He's going to get the first down. Wyatt Sheevy with the tackle, but on 3rd down and 2, picks up 4 yards. Great Bend has converted on their last 3 3rd down conversion attempts. 2:19 to go in the game. Hayes High picked up a fumble, but then threw an interception, leading 14-7. 1st and 10 from the 14 for the Panthers. Handoff goes, nope, Coy Brock pulls, goes right side, gets through a couple of tackles, keeps his legs turning. He's going to get stood up near the end zone. Does he get in? Yes, he does. That mirrored the run by Hunter Brown just a little bit ago, and it's 14-13 with 1:55 to go. Turnovers for each team playing a huge role in this game.
And the all-important extra point coming up.
Pair of touchdowns out of the red zone for Great Bend. 14-13, and Carlos Franco on to attempt the extra point. Brock is the holder. The snap is down. The kick is up. It is good, but there's a penalty on the far side of the fields. Flag on the play. Hold up, everybody. Let's see what happens.
Wonder if that was offsides. Hayes High.
And Great Bend's heading off the field, so you would feel like that's probably what it is. And the officials still... Oh, now... I have no idea what that call was. It looked like a personal foul, and then they kind of went to an illegal shift, and he started with a false start. So whatever it was, the extra point is good. 14 all with 1:55 remaining. Hayes High will have the football back. They led 14-7, had the ball with a drive starting at the 34-yard line, but a chop block killed that drive before it got going, and then Hayes High threw an interception. They couldn't take any more time off the clock.
And we'll see what Hayes High elects to do offensively.
8 plays on that drive for Great Bend. It took 52 yards. Here we go, 1:55 remaining. Great Bend's Carlos Franco's to kick up. The last time he did, he blasted it through the back of the end zone.
Good kicker.
And a flag comes in on the return. Hayes High is going to pick up a penalty. The Indians with a block on the far side. The ball hadn't been blown dead, and Hayes High is going to pick up another penalty. And the Indians have a player down. Kyler Kinke had been battling cramps. He may be down again. He is the starting left guard. We still don't have an official word on the penalty marker that was thrown at the 20. It's against Hayes High again. And it's a personal foul. Hayes High has just lost their composure on a number of times tonight. Their 9th penalty. It'll be half the distance, and Hayes High, with the game tied at 14, will have to start from their own 10.
Kind of like the very first possession they had in this game where they started at their own 10 because of a penalty.
And the Hayes High penalties, Mike, haven't just been timely on the poor side of things. They have been big penalties yardage-wise as well. 93 yards unofficially on 9 penalties so far, and Kyler Kinky is down with cramps. He was getting stretched out on the sideline earlier. So Hayes High will have to bring somebody else in at the left guard. Chase Browse is listed in that position. He has a couple of fumble recoveries tonight, and he's down in the huddle. Well, here we go. Minute 55 remaining. Hayes High has 1 timeout remaining. Great Bend has 3. You felt like Hayes High could have put a nail in the coffin.
Yeah.
Had the football, 1st and 10 after recovering a fumble at the Great Bend 34-yard line. They picked up 4 on 1st down, but a chop block drove it back 15. Lost 3 on the next play and then threw an interception. Great Bend scores 8 plays later. Minute 55 to go. Ball in the middle of the field at the 10. Hayes High into the breeze. Under center, Hunter Brown. Slot left and right, Kramer and Hayden Brown. It's going to be a keeper by Hunter Brown, wrapped up and dropped. And he's going to get driven backwards, and Great Bend's going to take a timeout. They feel like right now they can make Hayes High go 3 and out. It's a loss of 3 on the quarterback keep. And right now, Hayes High is playing very tentative.
Yeah, if they don't pick up a 1st down and have to punt from their own end zone, obviously Great Bend has a chance to get some really good field position.
You're punting into the wind, and that 10-yard penalty, which was a 15, but because of half the distance to the goal line, made it even worse for the starting field position. Keaton Markley jogs onto the field. He will replace Tavian Kramer. Will Sinnott still dealing with cramps. And Kyler Kinky, the Indian starting left guard, they're now cutting the tape off of his right ankle. So this may be more than just cramps for Kinky. He missed the second half of last year because of a finger injury. A tendon injury on that finger. Van Pelt the center. Schoendaler the right guard. Schulte and Blackman are the tackles. Under center is Brown. Hands it off. It's going to be to Hayden Brown. He's going to lose another yard back to the 6. Timeout, Great Bend. This series has taken 13 seconds off the clock, and it's lost 4 yards so far.
The first half dominated by long drives.
I think
this one will be a short one.
Still thinking maybe you're starting to see both teams wear down because all of a sudden teams are scoring on back-to-back possessions and getting bigger chunk plays. But Great Bend right now is just pinning their ears back. They know Hayes High doesn't want to turn it over deep in their own territory. They're expecting Hayes to run here on what will be 3rd and 14. Hayes is 2 for 8 on 3rd downs tonight.
I'll tell you, Dustin, not only has this physically taken a toll on both teams, but emotionally too. There's a lot of emotions running high out there for Hayes High and Great Bend.
Hayes High has hurt themselves a number of times with penalties tonight, including giving up 48 yards of penalties against or on them defensively when Great Bend drove for a touchdown. The touchdown drive was 80 yards. So this is 3rd and 14. Hayes from their own 6. 14 all, a minute 42 remaining. Brown will come under center. Offset I formation. Brown's going to turn, hand off, give it to Keaton Markley. Great Bend tugs at the football. Great Bend is going to get out to Markley is going to get out to about the 7-yard line. Great Bend right now allowing the clock to run. They want a chance to have the football with a timeout. Hayes High does have 1 timeout left themselves. The ball went out to the 9 for a gain of 3. So Hayes High will punt this away, but they may let the clock go down as far as possible before taking a timeout and punting into the wind. Again, on the field, the wind isn't that strong, but you look up about 15 feet where the uprights are and you start to see the flags move a little bit, and then you go up to the big American flag to the north side of the field, and it's really rippling out straight. And so timeout Hayes High with 57 seconds remaining. Hayes High burns their final timeout. Great Bend has 1 left. And Logan Clark on for what right now is the biggest punt of his Hayes High career. His 2 punts tonight have gone 46 and 37. 46 with the wind, 37 was with the wind, and that's the one that Great Bend fumbled on the return. And remember, a week ago, Hayes High really struggled on punt return coverage. Hayes High here has got to break down, keep the feet chopping, and make a tackle. The punt will occur from about the goal line. The ball is spotted at the 9. 57 seconds to go, and well, you talk about missed opportunities, and we opened our broadcast with this. Hayes High tonight had the ball 1st and 10 at the 34 of Great Bend, leading 14-7 with a little over 5 minutes remaining. And you thought even a field goal might do it.
And the brakes have actually gone Hayes High's way through a majority of this game, but the wheels have kind of fallen off the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Dalton Miller back to return the punt. The snap is a good one. Great Bend does not challenge, and it's a short punt. It's going to take a lateral bounce out of bound at the 33-yard line. Just a 24-yard punt, and now the Hayes High defense has to step up in a 14-all game. Great Bend has 50 seconds and 33 yards to go to score a go-ahead touchdown.
By all indications from what we've seen tonight, a pretty good kicker.
He has not attempted a field goal this year. He's 7 for 7 on extra points. Here's Brock throwing near side. Miller makes the catch, gets hit, gets taken down inbounds at the 30-yard line, and head coach Aaron Beck says he wants to spike the football. He doesn't want his team yet to use the timeout. The catch was made by Dalton Miller. Here comes Brock under center, rises up, and he spikes it, and the clock will stop, bringing up 3rd down with 30 seconds remaining. Good tackle by the Indians on Dalton Miller. It picked up 4 yards, 3rd and 6 coming up for the Panthers.
Well, I'm not sure about that spike. That is a wasted down. And Great Bend, when they go tempo, they can get a play off pretty quickly. So we'll see if that costs the Panthers.
Play clock down to 10 seconds. 3 wide receivers right. 3rd down and 6, 14-all ball game. Coy Brock rolling out to his right. Indians giving chase. He's got some room to run, tucks it, tries to get out of bounds and does so, but shy of the 1st down marker. And the official on that side goes down and goes down hard. He's up and apparently okay, but 4th down coming up. What does Great Bend do? Do they go for a field goal? And here comes the field goal unit. Coy Brock on the run. Picked up 3 yards. A field goal coming up for Carlos Francos, his first field goal attempt of the year. Brock is the holder, and it'll be a 43-yard field goal.
I'm surprised they are attempting this.
14-all, the kick is up. It is going to be wide left. And Hayes High holds on defense. Mike Holliday, how about that stepping up for the Indians?
The last couple of minutes, everything that can go wrong against Hayes High has, and they are 17 seconds away, despite everything, from sending this game into overtime and having a chance to win in the extra period.
Franco's had plenty of leg on it. He did not, however, have the accuracy to go with it. He was wide left, and I thought it went wide left, but from where we view things in the broadcast booth, you just don't know. So Hayes High will have the ball at the 20 because it did go out of the back of the end zone. It results as a touchback. What does Hayes High do with 17 seconds and no timeouts? Do they simply take a knee? It looks like that's the formation they'll go to. Hayes High says, let's go to overtime. Let's catch our breath. Hayes High doesn't have enough guys on the field, apparently. Now they run one on late. That's Schoendaler, and a flag comes in. Boy, Hayes High right now can't get out of their own way to send this to overtime. And remember, Hayes High is dealing with a lot of guys with cramps. So you got people in positions that you just don't normally have. So the official comes over and The penalty apparently never happens.
Okay.
And so that is going to end regulation. We are going to head to overtime. The final 4 seconds will come down off the clock. 14 all. We go to overtime between Hayes and Great Bend in the opening game of Western Athletic Conference play. We're back in a minute. This is Hayes High Indian football.
Lifetime Dental Care is devoted to helping you, your family, and friends achieve your healthiest and brightest smile. They are now accepting new patients. Call 625-7969 to schedule your appointment. They know every person's dental needs are unique, and that is why they offer you a comprehensive selection of treatment options in a comfortable and caring atmosphere. Dr. Lowe and his dental team want you to enjoy your visit. Lifetime Dental Care, accepting new patients. Call 625-7969 or see them at lifetimedentalcare.com.
For over 60 years, Eagle Communications has been the leader in value and service. And over that time, our specialized teams have been helping businesses grow because Eagle is your one-stop for business solutions. We can provide the latest in hosted phone, reliable fiber internet, IT support, business compliance, and network planning. Plus, we offer affordable advertising on television, radio, and digital platforms. Call our employee owners today and let us serve you. Eagle Communications, our community connected.
This is Eagle TV.
4 minutes or so to go ahead and rest on the sidelines, talk to their coaches. The officials are calling for captains now. They'll go out and do the coin toss, and we'll start setting the football up at the 10-yard line and working from there. 14 all, the Hayes High Indians in search of their first Western Athletic Conference win since they beat Liberal 2 years ago.
And don't they just have to breathe a sigh of relief? I mean, they've got a second chance here after Great Bend had excellent field position the final minute of this game.
What might have been the defensive play was getting the tackle on first down inbounds because Great Bend had to waste a play spiking the football.
Right.
Hayes High then was able to force Coy Brock out of bounds shy of the first down marker, and Brock had a lot of room to run on that right side, but the Indians were able to chase him down. Overtime is brought to you by Eagle Communications. Wi-Fi should work anywhere in your home. Introducing Boost from Eagle Communications. Boost is the ultimate home network solution that makes Wi-Fi dead zones history. Call 877-61-EAGLE to learn more.
Now, Great Bend has turned the ball over tonight. And even last week in that big Coffeyville win, Coy Brock threw a couple of interceptions. So they are susceptible to turning the ball over.
Hayes Kalon scoreboard update. Number 1 in 6A Derby getting thumped by Goddard, number 2 in 5A, 50-20.
Wow.
And it's the end of the third quarter. Phillipsburg up on Smith Center, 23-0. That's a final. McPherson loses tonight 9-0 to Maize South. That was number 2 McPherson, number 3 Maize South. I'm guessing they'll flip positions in the polls this next week.
Now McPherson hasn't started off with much of a schedule, have they?
No. Playing the number 2 team. They're now the number 2 team. 28-13, Ottawa is leading Wamego with 3 minutes to go in that game. Great Bend routing Wichita Southeast 47-14. On the coin toss, Hayes High apparently deferred and let Great Bend have the ball. We're missing a couple signals on what all happened there. The kickers, by the way, will have the wind at their back during this. Scott City is beating Holcomb after 3 quarters, 17-14. Marysville making a statement. They beat Rossville last week, hanging 52 on the 3-time state champs. They're beating Abilene tonight, 36-12 after 3 quarters. Scoreboard update brought to you by Hayes Kalon. Call Kirk Maska 623-0674 or Kurt Viner 623-8427. Ball's put at the 10-yard line. Each team gets the football. If it's tied after each possession, well, you do it again. Indians dealing with some players with some cramps, and now out is Kyler Kinky with a right ankle sprain. He's on the trainer's table and iced up. So here we go. First overtime possession will belong to Great Bend. Each team with A turnover tonight. Great Bend with 2 turnovers. Hayes High coaching staff trying to signal to the secondary what they need to do to get lined up properly. Fritz to the left of Coy Brock. 2 wide receivers right, 2 to the left. Indians have 2 down linemen. Their defensive ends stand at each end. Schmidberger and Blackman. Now Blackman goes to a 3-point. Handoff, Fritz, left side. He breaks through 1 tackle, but not by Hayden Brown. And also there to make the tackle for the Hayes High Indians is Dylan Schmidberger. Kid's kind of turning into the Energizer Bunny, isn't he?
He is.
Gain of 2 for Fritz, 101 yards on 24 carries. Held in check relative to last week, 25 carries, 205 yards, and 3 touchdowns. So second down from the 8.
His yardage has come rather quietly tonight.
He had 1 21-yard run, 1 19-yard run, 40 of his 101 yards on 2 carries. Here's going to be a keeper by Brock, left side. Indian defense fooled. Does he get in? Yes, touchdown, Great Bend. Indians bit on Fritz going to the right. Nobody got there, so Hayes High knows they're going to have to get at least 6 on the 8-yard touchdown run by Coy Brock, his 2nd of the night and 4th of the year. Hayes High will have to respond.
Brock finding a little shiftiness there and weaves his way right into the end zone.
6'2", 175. He's a pretty big dude to take down. Can Hayes High get back and block a kick? The extra point snap bounced. The kick is up. It is no good. Well, Hayes High knows exactly what they need to do. Coy Brock did a good job of handling the bounced snap, but he came up late, threw off the timing, and the first missed extra point by Carlos Franco this year. Mike Holliday, the Indians know exactly what they need to do.
And hopefully exactly what they do. No penalties, no negative plays.
See what the Indians do offensive line-wise. Kyler Kinke's out of the game with a right ankle sprain. The play clock is going to wind, and Hayes High is still in the huddle on the left sideline. Hayes High's got to hurry up. It's already down to 19 seconds. Now the kids huddle up again. Play clock down to 15. I may be more nervous than them, but they got to get on this ball down to 10 seconds. Split wide receivers. Schmidberger behind Brown. Play clock down to 5. Hunter with the long snap count. He's going to keep it himself to the left side. Tries to get the angle at the 10, at the 5, and forced out of bounds. Well, that's a near horse collar at the 7, gain of 3 by Hunter Brown.
Yeah, positive yards there on first down.
108 yards on 21 carries for the senior quarterback. Ball to the 7. We're in overtime. Great Bend scored on a Coy Brock 8-yard scamper, but missed the extra point when the snap bounced in. Hayes High needs a touchdown and an extra point to win in overtime and pick up their first win this season. Play clock down to 10. Mason Ibarra way out to the right side. Straight I formation. Keaton Markley is the tailback. It's going to be an option play. Brown keeps left side, lowers his shoulder, gets inside to about the 3. Where do they mark him down officially for this 3rd down play? 3rd and goal. Hayes High is 2 for 10 on 3rd down. They have 3rd down and goal from 2.5 out. We'll call it 3rd down and 3.
And again, you just get the feeling that Hunter Brown, they're going to keep the ball in his hands.
3rd and goal from the 3. Hayes High needs a touchdown to tie here in overtime. An extra point gives them a victory. Brown under center. He's going to keep it himself. Left side, he dives. Is he in? Touchdown! Hayes High Indians! Hunter Brown, all 3 carries. Punches in for a 2nd time tonight. This one from 3 yards out. And now the Indians are a Logan Clark extra point away from beating Great Bend in overtime. Here we go.
I knew what Hayes High was going to do. You knew what Hayes High was going to do. And I think Great Bend knew what Hayes High was going to do. Hunter Brown and that will to get to the end zone again.
That was on 3rd down. Here we go. Brown to hold the extra point. Van Pelt the snap for the win. The snap is down, and Great Bend calls a timeout. They're trying to ice the kicker, Logan Clark. He did not kick at all last week. extra points nor field goals. He is 2 for 2 tonight. Hayes High just watched Carlos Francos miss a field goal that could have won the game, an extra point to make it a 7-point game, but he missed the extra point, his first miss of the year, after making his first 7, 20 all in overtime. Hunter Brown 3 yards, 4 yards, then 3 yards, and the Hayes High Indians a chance to win in overtime.
This is kind of rarefied air for a high school kicker to have a chance to win a football game. So certainly the most pressure-packed kick of Logan Clark's career. One of those deals kind of where you know you can do it. Just go out there and do it.
If you can imagine yourself in practice near the Milo Field on the east side of Hayes High right now, where there's a rusty goalpost and a football field with grass that's about an inch high, you put yourself where you've done this 100 times on the field. Clark, head down, snap is good, the kick is on the way, it is good, and Hayes High wins 21-20 in overtime. They beat Great Bend and pick up their first Western Athletic Conference victory in 2 years. Hayes High in overtime beats Great Bend 21-20. A touchdown run by Hunter Brown on 3rd and 3, and then the Logan Clark extra point following a Great Bend timeout. Hayes High is 1-1 on the season.
Boy, this team just had a chance to fall apart and lose this game, and that was the direction that things were going the last couple of minutes of regulation. But boy, talk about perseverance. They played so well, especially on the defensive side of the ball all evening long. And the players wanted this. They wanted to beat Great Bend, and you wondered, and we talked about it off air just a couple of minutes ago, how much does Hayes High have left in the tank? They had just enough to win this game by a point and knock out their rival, Great Bend, 21-20 in overtime.
What a different feeling it is from 1 week ago on this field, Mike Holliday.
Well, yeah, and not only that, but you look ahead, you got Liberal next week. Hayes High has a chance in that game. There's all of a sudden some of these games look pretty favorable, and what a win does, not just for the season, but for the program. This was a big one tonight at Lewis Field.
We will take a break. Post-game shows ahead. Hayes High wins 21-20 over Great Bend. Each team now 1-1 on the season.